Yeah, what's going on, everybody? It's good to see you guys, man. It's been what players are about to walk on the field. So it's really good to catch up with you guys again, man. I just can't believe it's been so long. And thank you for you guys who have been following the content. Thanks to everybody who's been supporting the channel as well. And to everybody on, hold on, let me just move this around. What's going on, Vincey? How you doing, bro? Let me get that up. Here we go. Yeah, and guys, welcome to everybody who is just following the stream. Let me go through the team sheet. At the moment, I can't hear Vincey, so he's probably working on audio. In fact, let me just check my audio to make sure that my audio is okay. Yes, it is. Audio's fine. And my headphones are fine. Sorry. You see that I haven't been on so long, guys, that I jumped on the stream without even checking my headphones and my audio and my mic. That's how long I've been away. Vincey, what's going on, man?
Yeah, I think I've done the same thing as yourself. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
It's like I haven't been on. I haven't used this mic for ages. Everything is just like back to front, man. It's crazy. What's going on, family? How you doing?
Yeah, everything is good, man. Everything is good. What's going on to everybody? We are going to go for the team sheet. The players are now on the field. It is on BT Sport 2, guys. So for all of you out there who's got the free mobile service like I have, or who have just paying for BT because Una rich, then it's on that channel. I believe both of the games actually tonight are on BT Sports. So Sky is not showing any of the games today. Let's have a look here and we'll see where we are and we'll get on the team sheet. Ruben Neves, man, has got a point to prove tonight because, boy, I like him as a player. I like him as a player, and I think he'll do well regardless of what team he will go to. But yeah, man, it's crazy. It's crazy. This team sheet that we're looking at is very good. So let's go into it. Let's get into it, shall we? So Arsenal's team now is Ramsdale in goal. Cedric, which is what we thought. We did talk about Tomiyasu. We did say that there was an issue in terms of him not being 100%, but he came back to training 2 days ago. And if your squad is only 18-man thick, then it's probably not the wisest thing to do to bring somebody early back from an injury. I know I was talking to Vincey today in the forum, and Vincey was saying the same thing. If you've got a guy who's a little bit short and has just come back to practice 48 hours ago, maybe not the smartest thing to start him in game. So we've got then Gabriel and Ben White, centre backs, Tierney on the left, Partey and Xhaka in the middle, Odegaard at the 10, Saka on the right, Martinelli on the left, and Lacazette in the middle. What's your thoughts on the team sheet, Vincey?
Yeah, man. I think at the end of the day, I think it speaks for itself. We just got to be smart. The first 12, first 13 in the squad should be able to handle themselves against any team, to be honest, depending as long as they're fit and healthy and play to the right tactics. So, no, I just want us to get the cobwebs off. It's not going to be an easy game today. There's a lot that's gone on since the last time we played. And I just think the team just needs to get it out of their system and just go out and play,
Yeah, you've Kuke says to you, he says, "Hey Vincey, why are people worried about Cedric? I swear Wolves don't even play with wingers." No, they don't. They're a very lateral team through the middle of the park, which is why their centre midfields are so good. The game's just kicked off, by the way. Where are you on BT Sport?
They're just taking a knee right now.
Okay.
They just got up from the knee. I'm just in the answering to Call K. I don't think so much it's a worry for what Wolves will do to us. It's how our attacking play. And, Tomiyasu adds so much to us on the balance on the right-hand side. And, I think we will miss that today. But it's about getting the result. You know, we get the result, walk away with the victory.
Yeah, it's going to be very, very tough to get this result today as well, guys. It's not going to be an easy game, but we can do it. We do have the ability to actually get a win, but that depends on whether we can come out and play like we did last year. When I talked about Pepe's amazing goal when he was playing on the left, he beat the two defenders, cut inside and buried the goal, and then Leno got sent off. And as it is with all of Arsenal's red cards, it was an uphill struggle from there. So big shout out to everybody now. Let's have a look and see what's going on the forums. Kuke again says, I can't understand these takes. How are Wolves mostly a championship side? Are you kidding? They just won 4 games on the trot and they're just behind us in the league. They're definitely not better than us, but still a good team. That, yeah, maybe. Let's see what happens tonight because they had a very good January. 4 wins on the trot.
I think the thing is, we play below our standards. We give a lot of teams chances. And Wolves is a team that, they will capitalise if we play way below our standards. So can't take anyone lightly, in this league.
Yeah, and where are we right now? So Arsenal just challenging away in the midfield. The ball comes up. It's a great ball play through to Martinelli on the left. Martinelli in the final third.
I'm 140 on mine.
Yeah, you're 140. I'm 2 minutes and 2 minutes 15. So actually, I can peg mine back a bit, can't I? So I'm 2 minutes 10 now. I'll jump backwards to get closer to you.
So I'm 2 minutes now. Just gone 2 minutes 5.
Okay. Right. Okay. So I'm about 5 seconds ahead of you then.
Okay.
It's not too bad. So corner to Arsenal. Yeah. I'm 225 now. I've just pegged it back to join you.
Yeah. 225 now.
Okay. Good. Yeah. That's perfect. So that means some of you guys on the stream and the forum might be slightly ahead of us, but at least we can be on the same stream in synergy, which is Nabil always talked about that, didn't he?
Is Lafayette Guna coming on a bit later?
I spoke to him earlier on today, but no, I haven't. I'm not sure if he's coming on at the moment. I think he's probably watching it with his dad.
Mm-hmm.
The corner was to Arsenal, but Wolves clear. Arsenal win the ball back. Martinelli again on the left-hand side. Neat and tidy in the middle. Wolves win it back and clear. Not a bad start from Arsenal at the moment here. Oh, don't make a mistake there. Oh, Tony. So let me get Tony's thoughts on the team sheet before I get rid of the team sheet up there. Tony, how are you doing, bro?
I'm good, buddy. I'm good.
What's going on, T? What's going on, bro?
I'm good. Did you mean me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just want to get your opinion on the team sheet before we take it off the screen.
Yeah, no, I think, we're down to bare bones. We haven't got loads of options.
Yeah.
So, this is our best bar Tomiyasu. We'd obviously have Tomiyasu if he was available. But this is it. This is as good as it's gonna get, I think. Give or take, Smith Rowe in some possible guys somewhere on the pitch. Who else can possibly have a claim? Lukonga for Xhaka. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I forgot that one.
Yeah.
Pepe. Somewhere.
Yeah, definitely Pepe. Smith Rowe as well.
Yeah, but we're just do what we can. You saw you. I think you could feel my angst at the transfer window, and we have what we have. I'm actually surprised because I actually didn't realise that Xhaka and Partey had served their suspensions.
Oh yeah, they did. Yeah, they did.
I didn't even know how they did that because it was like the last game that Xhaka
Burnley,
played.
exactly. Yeah. because remember the nature of whether it's a three game ban or a 1 game ban. Partey's was a straight red, wasn't it?
No,
I
2
don't
yellows.
get it.
It was
Partey
two yellows, yeah.
and Xhaka was 2 yellows as well. So it's
But
only
what
1
game
game
did he
ban.
miss?
So that's a 1 game ban, yeah.
Only
So
one
what
game
game
ban.
did he miss?
The Burnley game.
Okay.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
both missed the
Xhaka-
Burnley game.
And Xhaka's was a 1 game ban as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they were both 2 yellows, which is why it's the nature
Okay.
of a 1 game and a 3 game ban.
Okay.
So if it was a straight red, it would have been 3 games, which is
Yeah.
what Xhaka's kind of used to.
Oh, foul.
Yeah, I've toned my time down to join Vincey's, so
Which
we're
is?
both 5 minutes and 55 seconds.
Okay, I'm 30 seconds behind you.
Oh God! All right, I just pegged mine back to join Vincey.
5:55. Let me see if I can upgrade
Oh,
myself.
5:55. That means you're only about 10 seconds behind us.
No, I was a bit further behind than that. But
Another corner to Arsenal, guys. How are you guys doing out there in Arsenal land? Let me know what your thoughts are on the game so far. It's not a decent start. I thought that we'd be on the back foot, but the cross comes in. It's volleyed. Notty was the one that got volleyed to it, but it was blocked. Arsenal defending very, very well. Let them. Rams gets picked up the ball outside of his box, but he gets rid of it before he's rushed.
I'm not sure you can technically class that as a volley, Apollo. that was an attempt.
Yeah, I was talking to Mo as well on Twitter just before this, and Mo made a privileged comment and said something in the nature of, have I got rid of this thing? No, I haven't got rid of it. Let me get rid of this. Saying that the fans are going to be in meltdown if we don't beat Wolves today. And I was like, bro, do you realize that Wolves won all 4 of their games in January and we didn't win 1? On the form guide, there's no way Arsenal should win this game. But we all saw what happened to Spurs last night. Spurs undefeated, really.
Oh my gosh!
And I know I saw that was a through ball through. Just looked like it was a lack of communication there on the back line. So the ball comes through by Neves into the box. It is well defended by Partey, but it hits his knee and then onto the Wolves player straight into Ramsdale's hand.
So what minute are you guys on now?
7:55.
8 minutes, yeah. 8 minutes.
Yeah, still 30 seconds behind you.
It looked like Partey was going to make a play on it. Ramsdale shouted for it.
I'm on my tablet, so I'm not sure about starting and stopping if that works.
Saka gets fouled here. He gets thrown to the ground by Cess. G says not many big names, but they are a really well coached team, and I'm expecting a really tough game tonight. Yeah, I 100% agree, bro. 100%.
Tony, you remember this top?
Oh yeah, for sure. Boca Juniors.
Boca Juniors, mate. Old school.
Yeah.
Vinci just rocking the Boca Juniors, you know.
Old school, mate. Raquel, man.
Okay. let me go and join you on a Boca theme then.
Yeah, man. Go retro, man.
Man's going Boca.
Today I was just looking at some old football videos, man, and it was just man. I think it would be blessed to see some ballers.
Yeah,
blessed
very true.
For the game, man.
Very true. G saying blatant tactical foul and no yellow. Yeah, it's exactly what I'm saying, bro. 100%. But you know, we're used to it. I did put up in the forum, by the way, G, which you've probably seen. I did the table for the for VAR. I put up the VAR table in the past week, and Arsenal were in 4th place. Arsenal were 4 in the league. Saka put a through ball in first, not too bad. Vincent, tell me where you are again, because I've had to restart mine.
9:50. Just
Right, so
9:55 now.
Yeah, so I've jumped ahead of you again. I had to restart mine because You know them guys. You know them guys from Goon Squad.
I see
Man's
that.
going bocka all the way. You know.
Like it.
Guys, this is good pressing from Arsenal here in the final third. And Wolves, very, very difficult to get the ball out. Arsenal really trying to force them to go long, and they're just winning it back every time. Now, this is something that we've seen over the first 15 minutes of the game. Arsenal pressing really high up the pitch, forcing Wolves into errors, and Arsenal just reclaiming the ball back in the midfield. So they are on top. They've seen more possession in the game. Ball comes through, it's a long one. It's not very good, and it goes right into the goalkeeper's hands.
I think both teams are keeping good shape. You know, if they haven't got the ball, they're not looking out of shape. Good organised football. Someone's got to take a chance. Someone's got to take a man on and dribble past them. It's early days, aren't it? 10 minutes gone.
I think the thing for us is it's got to be about intensity. It's got to be about us imposing ourselves on this game for two reasons. One, because we haven't had a win in a while. And two, because we're playing away from home, which is actually Arteta's Achilles heel. That's the one thing that we can say that we didn't do well in the first half of the season. We had as good as home record as Man City and the best in the league in the first half of the season. And our away record was atrocious. So the one thing we need to know, definitely work on, is improving the results away from home. Neves, I tell you, Neves is at the front of everything in Wolves at the moment. Everything they do is going through Neves. Wouldn't that be nice if we had a midfielder that everything went through them? The type of Bruno Fernandes type. That would be nice.
These guys make me laugh on the forum. They post so many posts mid-game. And it's like, why don't they either join the stream or the match day commentary on the thread?
That's what the game thread is for. But you know, I don't know. I just don't think some of the people get it on there. There's a few of them, you know, James, Hanbury, Jimmy Jones, G, Bobby Borman, Michelle, Mike T. There's a few people that are going in there, but you'd think that people would realize when it says game thread, it means this is where you come to talk about the game.
Yeah. And you're going to get the response straight away as well. Oh, well played by Martinelli.
Yeah.
Good play. Oh, I'm liking lekker.
I haven't even had my dinner yet, you know, guys. Actually, let me go and get a drink. I'll be back in a second.
Oh. So, Tone, what's your thoughts on Laka as captain and what Arteta says?
It is what it is, brother. It is what it is. I'm just tired of trying to even make sense of, you know, who he's choosing, why he's choosing. You know, what he does is what he does. I don't have a, you know, I've got low expectations. I had them at the start of the season. The transfer window kind of lowered them, so it doesn't. For me, it doesn't get any better. It doesn't get any worse. I'm kind of still expecting 7th place. You know, I think it's you know, I was remarking with a colleague of mine at work today who also supports Arsenal. I literally think you've got, if you look at last season, the teams that finished above us, West Ham, Leicester, Tottenham, Man United. 4 teams who are kind of going nowhere. And we joined them in that we're a team that are going nowhere. You know, we're not progressing significantly enough to be able to say we're going to challenge Liverpool, Chelsea, and Man City. So you've got 4 teams who could finish 4th, could finish 8th.
Yeah.
And my expectation is not to really, you know, if Arteta wins 4th, everyone's going to be like, oh, yeah, the process is working. For me, it ain't working. Yeah?
I think for me, I'm not actually interested. I said 9th at the start of the season because of his stubbornness and his rigidity in the team formation and how we're playing football. You know, they're exceeding that position right now, but, you know, for me, Well, they're in the position where they are now, in the league table. I said ninth.
Right, okay, but we finished 8th last year.
Yeah, and that's why I said if it's, I didn't expect us to improve.
If your expectation is 9th and we finished 8th last year, then that's even worse than. I mean, that's just worse.
Well, this is my point. It's like, you know me, I'm always about the style of football, and
at the very least have got to expect to finish in the same position, but to expect to finish worse, that's totally unacceptable.
And that's because I don't think he's.
I'm sorry, but that's sacking.
Well, to be honest, I don't think they're going to sack him.
You have to. If you got worse over the course of a season, you must get sacked.
I would have thought this club would have sacked him.
Because 9th tells me not only did you not maintain your position, but you let another club with a lesser budget come and get above you. The only club that had a bigger budget than us, or a bigger club than us potentially, are Newcastle. And they started that financial position in the bottom 3.
Yeah.
So by no circumstances can 9th be acceptable.
It shouldn't be acceptable. No way should it be acceptable.
That's sacking. I'm sorry. Simple as. And in fact, as I said to my colleague today, in my estimation, based on the way other teams are playing, like Man United, like Leicester, like West Ham, like Tottenham, we should be able to peg one of them.
Exactly. And this is the thing, is what's the focus on? Is the focus on, he wants to play a style of football and he's determined to get the guys ingrained into playing it. We'll see how that materializes. You can see the goal difference where it was at the start of the season, and it's improved in about the last 2 months, or 3 months. But we'll see, because obviously our away form, we played a lot of those games at home. So we've got to see how we perform away.
But I mean, as I said, no expectations are my expectations are not high. Again, as I said to my colleague today, all them people that say trust the process, well, are you really that impressed by the process? Because barring a couple of games here and there, some good goals here and there, I can't say I really consider the style of play, the signature style of play that makes me go, well, yeah, look at the way we play football. Under Wenger, I could see a clear defined methodology of playing football. And that methodology garnered us top 4 pretty much most seasons, even when the team was not.
Yeah.
Yeah? What am I looking at now that makes me think, well, yeah, this team style of football should be top 4.
Oh, look at that. Wolves nearly selling out their defender there, playing the ball across the goal. Nearly selling them out.
Yeah, Apollo 18's asking, are you streaming the Super Bowl this weekend?
Oh, yes, for sure, mate. Yeah, we'll be streaming it. I'll be up all hours. 10:30 start, I believe it is, all the way until 1 or 2 in the morning.
Now, what are these guys doing? It creatively, guys, what are we creating? I mean, we're 19 minutes in, 20 minutes if you're ahead of me, and have we created a single noteworthy opportunity? Now, I know Wolves are a good team.
Yeah, that's all.
We're supposed to be cutting them a pieces.
Yeah.
But you've been 10 days, near 2 weeks away, working with a small group of players. Very small.
Yeah, that's unlucky there. Yeah, Tony, let's be patient a little bit. We're playing away from home. We don't have a great away record. A lot is riding on tonight, mate. You get 3 points tonight, and you're starting to be in the discussion for 4th place. If you lose tonight, Wolves actually overtake Arsenal. If we lose tonight, then Wolves jump into 6th.
We ain't 4th place material. We ain't 4th place material.
And
we don't have a striker.
Exactly.
You know, if you want to delude yourself into believing we're top 4, trust me, if we get top 4, then I'll turn around and openly admit Arteta's a genius. But he ain't that guy. No one's going to convince me, based on 2 8th places, that he's that good a coach.
Wait, the first 8th place, we were 14th, and he came in and took us to 8th. Remember?
Don't matter. It still finished 8th. You know,
he took us over when we were 14th.
Trying to dress up 8th place.
Yeah.
You know, like.
No, I'm saying to you that 8th place wasn't all in.
If you were playing January to January, we'd be 2nd in the league. Well, guess what? We don't play January to January. So stats like that make no sense.
Oh, cross comes in from Arsenal, and the goalkeeper gets a fish to it. It's a great through ball in. Come on. Oh, it's blocked. Oh, that's close. Great chance there from Arsenal. Get a block shot. Vincey, are you with me?
Yeah, I am.
Good,
I think the keeper would have saved it, but it was a good play. Passage of play, good movement by Saka. Nice through ball by was it Smith Rowe?
I believe it was Saka. Was Smith
Rowe went on the pitch.
Yeah.
Okay, Odegaard. Nice.
Odegaard. Yeah, Odegaard to
Saka. Sorry, guys. I've got a plate of pear here. This is Marks and Spencer's Italian pear, which I do
you enjoy that. We'll do the commentary. You just enjoy your food for a second.
I do like to enjoy that while especially in the evening, if I feel a bit peckish. Some people, they jump for the biscuits, they jump for the cake, and jump for the chocolates. And I have to treat myself to this.
I've just started my fasting window. I just realised I can't eat nothing more.
You still on the keto? Oh, the vegan.
Oh yeah, but I'm now doing 18-6 fasting.
Okay.
So I start.
Oh God! Partey's just giving it away in the midfield there. That was sloppy. Very sloppy. And he makes amends for it by kicking it out to Claire. Sloppy there from Thomas Partey. Let us remind ourselves that Thomas Partey put in a masterclass man of the match performance against Man City before he went to Africa. Can we please have that version of Thomas Partey back, please?
I think that is probably one of 3 good games for Arsenal I've seen him play.
But guys, you saw the mastercraft in Martin Odegaard when he found that ball behind the defense there. Great chance.
The problem is, I think he's playing too deep.
Yeah.
You know,
cross comes in. Oh, you gotta make that yours.
Unlucky, Laka.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is Lacazette in a nutshell.
Good
when the ball is played through perfectly from Saka. Look at this. Saka picks up the ball on the left. It's a 1-2. Suarez is the guy who we know he can cross the ball, but Lacazette just not physical enough to get his head there. Suarez has got a lot of deficiencies in his game, but he can cross the ball. We know that. He puts it on the plate, and Lacazette just not a presence in the box. That is the difference between probably him and Giroud. Corner to Arsenal on the other side.
Did you actually just compare Lacazette with Giroud?
They've always been compared. They've always been compared to each other in the French squad and in the league.
The player Lacazette is.
Yeah.
Yes!
Yeah.
Gabriel! That's what I'm talking about, lads. That's what I'm talking about. I think, is that going to VAR?
Well, Lacazette did well there. He got the ball I think he got it just in front of the goalkeeper when it was come to try and save it.
Is that going to VAR?
Good poacher's goal there.
Guys, let's peg this back a little bit before we and see what's going on. Right, so the corner comes in.
Yeah.
It's a great corner by Martinelli. Defender gets a touch to it. It comes back in, and Gabriel gets a touch. It's not offside.
No.
It's the goal's in the stand, guys. The goalkeeper actually runs into Lacazette.
Yeah,
so the goalkeeper never has control of the ball. So
yeah, so it's good play by Laka. Good play by Laka to get that.
Yeah. I'm going to put this banner up now because these guys ain't going to teeth this goal away from us, guys.
Actually, you know what? He may give that as a foul.
That's why I'm saying.
Because neither one of them touched the ball, did they?
No, but I thought the goalkeeper dived into Lacazette.
Nah, he didn't dive into
it. He definitely doesn't dive into Lacazette, but it's a 50-50 ball. Neither of them get the ball.
Yeah. It could be dangerous.
Goal, man.
There's no foul.
Yeah.
There's no foul.
Yeah, it should be a goal.
Yeah, it's a goal, bro.
It's a goal.
Should be a goal. Tough one for Wolves, but it should be a goal.
Yeah.
So, guys, while they're still deliberating, by the way.
Well, on my screen, it's been shown as a goal.
Yeah. So, guys, Gabriel has put Arsenal ahead. They're still attending to the goalkeeper now. The referee's just talking to the goalkeeper, the captain, actually.
Yeah, 26.50 I'm on.
Yeah, I'm on 26.55. So Gabriel has put Arsenal ahead, everybody. A dangerous corner from Martinelli. Great corner from Martinelli. And it's half cleared before it comes out by Ben White. Ben White nods it back into the box. And Lacazette, the ball falls at Lacazette's feet. The goalie actually dives. It looks like he dives into Lacazette. Collides with Lacazette. But then Gabriel's behind them, and Gabriel puts the ball into the back of the net.
So the ball isn't landing at Lacazette's feet. The ball is landing slightly in front of him. The goalkeeper and Lacazette both reach for the ball. Neither gets it, and as it goes through the middle of the two of them.
Yeah, I think it's definitely
Yeah, it's a goal. The goal stands. Yeah, goal stands. Arsenal 1-up, guys. That is what the doctor ordered. That is just what the doctor ordered. That's a great goal away from home to a team who won all 4 of their games in January.
Yeah, early days, mate. Early days. Let's calm ourselves and regroup.
Hey, I was telling you that before you was having wet feet a minute ago.
If this was you 2 months ago, you'd have been taking a picture of the league table, surely.
He's going to do it now.
Yeah, thanks, Tony. Thanks for reminding me. Let's do it now, shall we?
Too much,
let's have a look at that now. Let's have a look at that gorgeous, lovely table. Actually, no, because we're only in 5th. So, no, I'm not putting it up. That only takes us to 5th place with 2 games in hand on West Ham and 1 point behind them. So, you guys, any words about last night when the Spurs dashed it away, thought that they drawed again in overtime, and still messed it up?
I don't talk about the rubbish down the road. I don't have time. Lions don't have time to talk about sheep. I am Zlatan.
Tony with that Mamba mentality sentence.
You know that.
Simples, man. Simples.
Big shout out to Mark Ellis. Mark Ellis, I know this is all we can see on the YouTube channel, but Mark Ellis has put his hands up. He's loving that at the moment.
Is that our first goal since Christmas?
Yeah, because we had more red cards than we did goals, remember? Vincey said, is that our first red card?
That's me. For some reason I'm on my machine upstairs, so that's...
Yeah. Here comes Wolves, though, guys. Here comes Wolves. Big shout out to G and Mark Ellis in the chat. And Arsenal now defending the corner. Mark says, no, Vincey says first goal since I didn't realize that was Vincey. G said, we haven't retained the ball and progressed it as much in the first. Yeah, but we pressured and pressed well. That's why we was winning the midfield battle. Kuke says, good cross from Cedric. Laka should have got it. Yeah, I know. That's what I said. He's not a presence in the 6-yard box as a goal scorer, is he?
And certainly not with his head.
Mm.
You know, he does score the odd one, but they're so few and far between. A good, tall, rangy striker is such a bonus.
I know Apollo, I know you're saying Wolves are on a good run of form and so forth, but do you think that they're going to miss Traore?
Most definitely. Most definitely, because, one of you, we talked about
is he that
at the
good
beginning
for them?
of the stream, he was their main winger, and they got rid of him.
But what was he scoring? What was he creating? He was not even playing most, it's not like he was an automatic selection on the team sheet.
Not really, you're right. But Wolves are not a team that score a lot of goals. They're like Brighton. They defend well. They play well as a team.
Yeah.
Their defense, in my preview, I talked about they've only let in 16 goals this season, which is the 4th best in the league.
I think Wolves' strength is their midfield. I think they have very good midfielders.
Yeah, they play good ball in the centre of the park. I think Traore is a lot like Saint Minimum. So, Bertram will love his skill, but the output is not as much.
You should have heard Bertram last night in the chat talking about Saint Minimum.
And you look at the Traore in a Barcelona game is going to look like gold because the game is slower.
Yeah, so much more space as well.
And a lot more space. She will shine. Aubameyang will shine because they're getting more opportunity to play. This game in the Premier League.
Okay,
is so
who got
fast.
booked? Thomas Partey just got booked, guys.
Okay.
Coming off 2 yellow cards and a red. He just brings down. It's a clumsy challenge. Gulke says Apollo calls Lacazette our Wiltord. Yeah, that's what I call him. He's not an Henry. He's not a Van Persie. He's not a Giroud. He's a Wiltord. Make of that what you will.
Yeah, I should have been thrown out.
That's not a yellow card. That's not a yellow card. That's a shoulder challenge. It's clumsy. It's a foul, but it's not a yellow card. He doesn't even put a foot in. It's a shoulder challenge. That is not a yellow card. Under no circumstances is that a yellow card.
I'm not a big Wiltord fan.
Okay, Diego Jota just scores for Liverpool. Let's get some context on the other game, Tony.
That's good news for my fantasy team. Tierney just gets turned inside out, but he does well to stand up.
It's well defended there.
Yeah, but Wolves are definitely on there. Should be a goal. Great cross.
So that's Liverpool 1, Leicester City 0.
Yeah, that's good for us.
Let me get rid of this banner.
Whew.
There we go.
See, look, the midfielder just turned Tierney inside out like fish.
Yeah.
Woo!
We got 2 left backs and none of them can defend.
Wow. That was a great cross from Wolves.
It was fantastic cross.
Got away with that.
Xhaka? Was that Xhaka?
It looked like it.
Yeah, it was. That's what.
Come on, ref. How's that not a yellow card? Come on, referee. Martin Odegaard just gets brought down. He's made Arsenal play the advantage, but there's no advantage there. Arsenal lose the ball in the final third. Sloppy ball there from Martinelli. Right, now take your yellow card out. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'll explain. Mike and Oliver, after booking Thomas Partey, it's a sloppy. Look at that. That's a terrible challenge on Martin Odegaard. He comes in with his studs up high, behind the player, catches him on the ankle from behind, brings him down, and Sise, which actually he should have had a yellow card before that. And I think that's what Martin Odegaard's complaining about. He's complaining, saying he should have been booked earlier on and the ref let it go. He was the person that dragged down Saka. So he should have had the yellow card for the drag down on Saka and then the challenge from behind from Martin Odegaard. So by all accounts, Wolves should be down to 10 men. That's what Martin Odegaard's complaining about. Arsenal's future captain. I thought I'd fling that in there before Vinci and Tony said anything.
Well, talking about future captains, I don't know if you saw the article about Sambi Lokonga.
Mm-hmm.
It basically
Jesus Christ.
It was an article. It was a comment from Alexander Lacazette, and he basically said Lokonga is a captain in waiting.
Oh yeah. We know that. Look at this. You guys would have just seen Wolves have had a header saved. What's annoyed me there is it's a chance. It was Jimenez that actually got the header. But what I didn't like was he was free on the left-hand wing to get that crossing with all the time in the world because there was no Kieran Tierney trying to put pressure or trying to close down the cross. Just what is going on there? You've got to challenge. You can't let somebody pinpoint a cross like that because Jimenez will get his head on that all day.
Yeah, and to be honest, that's great movement from Wolves because I could see how they built the play so that they drag Kieran Tierney in. Yeah, that's one of them moves that you design on the chalkboard where you say you take the winger, yeah, and you tell him to pull the defender into the box, and then you overlap the right back to create the space for the cross. Yeah, perfectly drawn up play, worked exactly as it should do. We got away with it, but give credit to Wolves because that is a design play.
Yep, it is. It is.
You know how difficult it is to read design plays. You're an American football fan. You and I both know. This is
so Marcel's getting some treatment at the moment. He seems to be in quite a lot of pain. So Marcel is down. While he's down, let's have a look at some of these comments. Cool K says, this is a freaking chess match. Both teams well organized, looking to pounce. Yep, as expected. It says, no way that's a foul on the goalkeeper. He completely missed the ball. I think Lacazette missed the ball as well. He clatters into Lacazette. Great delivery from Martinelli. It seems like he keeps on adding new strings to his bow. I think it's Ben White who gets the assist, though, right? Because it was Ben White that heads it back into the box.
I think you're right. Yeah.
Oh no, they've given the assist. They've given the assist to Lacazette. That's a strange one.
That's a strange one.
Very
I
strange.
don't think Lacazette touched it.
Didn't touch the ball.
I think he touched it, but he didn't pass it.
Yeah, he didn't. He definitely didn't pass it. That's for sure.
G says, Mark Ellis, we must continue to attack them, but maintaining solid rotational possession in our half. They will take more risks now. Agreed.
I want to address something. I want to address something, guys, because this irks me. When people say, Martinelli, great delivery. Sorry, but you're a footballer getting paid over 40 grand a week. You should be able to cross the ball.
Bro, have you been watching Arsenal over the last 5 years? They can't pass the first man.
But this is my issue.
Yeah.
And Vincey,
Don't get me started, man.
You feel the same.
Vince, this is like, I don't want no part of this.
Don't get me started. Don't get me started with that ball, man. Because listen, I've seen enough training, to know that there's some foolishness, professional foolishness going on. at Coney. Professional foolishness going on. Because what I witnessed on some of these games, you got to wonder, seriously? Nah.
There's no way I should be getting paid 40 grand a week and I can't deliver a cross. Sorry.
You know, we've been watching some 90-minute games where we struggle to have any invention or desire and to want to create opportunities. And crossing, you know, we're talking about basics, man.
Oh.
That's nice football getting out there. Nice.
Yeah, Suarez runs into the player, doesn't he?
I think Greg's put a comment up here saying that I was very vocal this week about Arteta out. I'm not Arteta out. I just want Arteta to do his job properly and play some decent football. Get the guys playing decent football. I'm not having excuses to say that actually it's too early. You know, everyone can witness and see what we did against Manchester City. Yeah, and we held our heads proud in that type of game.
It's another good corner! Oh!
That's what we want, man.
Jeez, that was close. Vincent, you should be right with me. I'm 41-15.
Yeah, I just saw it.
Okay, all right.
But I didn't see much of a chance that we were going to score from that.
See, where's Tierney on that left side? He's just nowhere. Jesus Christ, man. It's a really close. Kieran Tierney, I know. Kieran Tierney is, guys, we're struggling on that left side. He's leaving two players in orange shirts open. I mean,
so what is that, Apollo? That is carefully drawn out planning. Yeah?
That's
if I'm the manager, that is my job, to create opportunities where there's going to be an overlap of players against a weak-sided defender.
Oh, what's that handball on Lacazette's chance there? I didn't. Yeah, that's just the player.
Nah, ball to hand. He can do nothing about that. Ball to hand.
You could see Tierney second guessing himself because on that attack and on the one before, he's looking back. He's constantly looking back because the pressure on the field is elsewhere.
I don't even know where he is on the pitch.
Oh, I tell you, it's doing my head in. He's playing as a wing back who's trying to be a right back.
But he's nowhere near the play.
He's playing more like a winger.
That's what I'm saying. He's a wing back who's trying to be a left back, and he's just being constantly caught out of position. And I feel they're actually attacking outside. Saka there with some serious ball skills against two players. That is fantastic by Saka. And he puts it in the middle. Oh, that's a save. What? I tell you what, let's get some hands up for Saka. That was fantastic.
Very positive football.
Laka there with the shot straight to the goalie. Had that been Arsenal on the attack again? Had that been elsewhere? Arsenal on the attack again. Martinelli picks up the ball on the left. It's through the middle. Go and have a go, Partey. No,
he's very elusive there, Saka, in those situations.
He's getting better.
Yeah, you think they're going to get the ball off him, and he's adding to his skill there. He's doing well.
Yeah, he's done a nutmeg on the first player, and then he goes. Yeah, it's great play. Fantastic.
Because you know, I was going all Bertram Stan Kroenke on him because he was being too indecisive and he was losing possession. But he seems to have evolved.
Yeah, I mean, he's growing as a player, and this is what I'm saying. We think this guy's this is his third straight season in the team, and he's progressing. He's had two great seasons previously that could literally carry the team. So, he's still holding his own. I still wouldn't sell him for 100 mil.
Really?
I won't sell him, man.
That's fine. There were Liverpool fans that said the same about Coutinho. Spurs fans said the same thing about Bale. Chelsea fans said that about Hazard.
I would have happily sold Aubameyang 2 years ago for a hefty sum. If you know the talent of Saka and then man's coming through, I would have sold Aubameyang. You would have been in a better position.
Gulke says Saka said Arteta has developed his game, and Martinelli said that as well. One thing that there was one guy on the forum, Ken, I believe it was. He put a thread on there, and he was like, "All these players have regressed under Arteta." And I was like, "That's a little bit one-sided." And I said, "Well, what about this player? What about Smith Rowe? What about Saka? What about Martinelli? What about these?" And he was like, "All right, okay, point taken." But even then, some guys were still pushing back, and I was like, "You can't have it both ways. You can't say these players." Which, by the way, he was talking about a lot of older players, but you got a whole group of young players. That's a good ball into the middle there. That Arteta's only been working with some of them for less than half a season, and they're already starting to sort of bear fruit. So, could you imagine what these guys would be like under a good tenure? Think of Klopp when he took over Liverpool and grew all them players into their roles. That's what I'm expecting from Arteta. That's a silly foul there from Cedric Soares. You're going to get booked for that all day long, but I don't think he did get booked. No, he didn't. 3 minutes of time added on here, guys.
Yeah.
If we can, if look, you can't. What is Kieran Tierney doing? Is that no? It's Xhaka. It's Xhaka, and he gets booked. So, guys, Thomas Partey and Granit Xhaka, after getting 2 yellows and missing the last game, getting banned in the first half, both players have received yellow cards. Tony, I'm starting to heat up now. Dash some water on me. Cool me down. Vex. Andrew, the score. Andrew, when you look at that rolling red bar in the bottom, it does have the score in it, which is coming up right now.
My friend.
He is a friend. Andrew, what go on? And how comes you're not on the YouTube channel, bro? Big shout out to you.
I mean, that
Andrew,
kind of foul, yeah. Quite simply, yank the see you next Tuesday off the field, man. I'm sorry.
Schoolboy, isn't it?
It's just like you're in the first half. Both the midfielders have come off 2 yellows, and then they both get booked in this game.
Yeah, but it's the type of foul that he keeps doing, and you just can't. There's just no. You just can't legislate for that kind of foolish error.
Indiscipline, isn't it?
It's not indiscipline, it's foolishness.
I haven't got the physical capability to keep men away from the box. So I'm going to resort to any kind of device that I can to do it. If it earns me a red card, so be it. You can't continue with that kind of player in your team.
18 just said, Apollo, where's Ebony? And Andrew said here. Guys, Ebony is in Jamaica. I talk to her every day. I have spoken to her today. She was having a little bit of quarantine issues in Jamaica. But she's doing really well and she's enjoying herself. She's getting a lot of sun. I'll probably call her tomorrow morning when I get up as well because her timing is all over the place. She's probably going to come to the next Arsenal home game with me, but I might take Vincey. Vincey, are you? What are you doing for the Brentford game?
What's the date of the Brentford game?
Because I know it might be difficult for you to. I don't know how difficult it is for you to get into London. It's the 19th, so that is not this Saturday, next Saturday. So if you want to come to the game with me.
Got nothing planned. I've got to make sure my missus ain't got nothing planned for me.
Okay.
I'll let you know. Hopefully today, tomorrow. She's on her way out right now.
Up and we can meet up and I can drive you in. So you can just drive down to my house actually, and then we can make our way. I don't drive my BMW down there anymore, because it's not ULEZ, so I drive the missus's car. I've been driving it.
Wow, is ULEZ up there as well?
It's mad, mate. It's mad. Once you cross Brent Cross, man, that's it. ULEZ just bite up your car.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing in Lewisham. It's nonsense, man. You know what I mean?
They bite up your car. Let me get the banner up first of all, and then we can have a conversation. Let me just change this.
You can get some good old school cars, man, on the cheap because people must be desperately want to sell them their car to get something else.
Well, it's big up north. In the Midlands, Milton Keynes, they're all buying the cars.
Guys, don't forget we just had a price hike on cars.
Yeah, because the components for new cars.
Yeah, because I had my bike stolen. I don't know if anyone knows, but I had my motorbike stolen on January the 1st. The The insurance company paid me £400 more than I bought the car for. The bike for. Imagine that.
Wow.
They paid me more money than the bike was worth when I bought it.
Wow.
So, you know, when you go to an insurance and you say, right, how much is your bike worth? My bike is worth £2,000. And they went, okay, we're going to pay you $2,400. It cost me $2,400 to buy the new bike, which is the same as the old bike.
Wow.
That's what's happened to bike prices.
Man, and you would have loved that back in the day when you had third-party fire and theft, when you used to try and scramble just to get a little change out of their mans, and they give you peanuts.
Yeah. No,
peanuts pack. Wow.
I was shocked. I was like, right, but I only declared it at 2,000 when I first insured it. They were like, no, that's the price of the bike.
That's fair play. That's fair play. Wow. Things are changing, man.
But the thing was, if they didn't pay me the 2,400, I would have been shortchanged trying to find a bike to replace it.
Yeah, that's the thing.
It worked out. It worked out exactly as they said.
Well, that's it. Good. Well, I think it's good for you because some insurance companies don't do stuff like that. You know,
that's right. I was like, and for sure, anybody who wants a good insurance, LV, London Victoria, they did me proud.
So, guys, let me just get through some of the comments first, and then we can talk about the first half. Apollo is going to be chauffeured to the game. No, I'm taking Vincey. I think he can make it because I've got 2 tickets that are for one for Brentford, and what's the next game? Oh Lord! But Ebony's taking the next game. Hold on a second. Matches. The next game is I believe isn't that Wolves? Hold on. Yes, Wolves. So it's Arsenal Brentford on the 19th, and then Arsenal Wolverhampton Wolves on the 24th. So Ebony's going to be with me on the 24th. But so that leaves the and Tony's been to a few games already this season. I don't think
I'm getting to pretty much every game at the moment. So
and I don't think Vincey has. So I've got these tickets which are 60 quid each. So I'm just going to see if Vincey's available. If Vincey isn't, then I'll have to ask the other guys if they want to come. Big shout out to Neon Miss as well. Neon Miss is in Canada for everybody who doesn't know.
Big up
so
Neon
I
Miss
hope
Brown.
he's doing well. In fact, let me send him a message. All right, okay. So G says, can easily spot the weak areas. Jesus, that's a big piece of thing. Look, it's nearly covering Tony's face. Can easily spot the weak areas in this team going by this game so far. A real lack of raw pace, power, versatility of skill in the center of the team. Xhaka Partey is solid, but nothing more. Lacazette is frustratingly ineffective. And then, well, they did give them the assist. I actually looked at the replay of that. It just looked like his toe catches the ball. And in that way, they've said he flicked it on. So, look, I thought it was Ben White's assist anyway. But if Laka touched the ball, he touched the ball. It says, then there's Cedric, of course. He's not been so terrible. He hasn't been terrible, but he's played that quality ball in which Lacazette should have scored with. And he said, Odegaard is a dude. On Cedric, him and Tierney lobbing crosses in at Lacazette is irritating me greatly. Been an interesting watch, but not particularly exciting one either. Tierney is... Probably says Tierney is shit. Terry, what's going on? Terry says, go on, Apollo. What's going on with you, Terry? Big shout out to you, my brother. Terry says, Yowza, Xhaka will mess. Yeah, you give him trust and he will let you down because he's done that time and time again. Kuke said, we badly need a striker. Stupid Vlahovic, man, did us dirty. Yeah, but what can you do, mate? What can you do? He held the cards and he played them. Andrew says...
So I'm just going to read out the rest of what G says. He said, on Cedric, him and Tierney lobbing crosses in at Lacazette is irritating me greatly. Been an interesting watch, but not a particularly exciting one either. Tierney is stinking up the joints. Wolves are good. If they had more goal threat in the wider areas, they'd be a very dangerous outfit.
Yeah. So, again, they're another Brighton, aren't they? Good defensive team, doesn't score a lot of goals. Andrew says, but wait, I hear in this blasted cold and others. Yeah, I know, Ebony in Jamaica. Bro. She is uploading some vlogs, so you can check her out in the vlogs. So, guys, it's half time. Arsenal go 1-0 up at the break. It was a little bit of a scrappy goal in terms of Gabriel, but they certainly created more than Wolves did. Odegaard and Saka have been playing key roles going forward for Arsenal. Arsenal also pressing well and forcing Wolves into a lot of errors where they're just hitting the ball into the midfield and Arsenal winning it back. Wolves not quite been able to create any clear cut. I can't say hand on heart they had clear cut chances in the first half, but if they could improve on their deliveries, it could cause Arsenal a problem. Vincey, what's your thoughts on the first half?
I think as an entertaining fan, I'd like to see Pepe come on. I think he can make a difference in up front by replacing Lacazette, and that could give another dimension to the style of football that we can play. But the first thing is to secure the win today. It's been a tough watch. But fair play to Lacazette. He put himself in a dangerous position, colliding with the keeper, got a touch onto it, and Gabriel was there to finish. So, we got away with one as far as I'm concerned because we didn't really do much else in attack in the first half.
Tony, what's your thoughts on the first half?
Vince, you did forget Laka's shot from Cedric's cross, which was a good opportunity.
Yeah.
In fact, I think there's one before the goal as well. That was a really good move.
Good move by Saka and Odegaard with that.
No, I'm thinking one that came down the left. I think Tierney might have crossed it. But we've had. Oh yeah, they're showing a replay now. There was the one move that was like it looked like Wenger ball, and then it ended up with a blocked shot in the box. This is kind of the type of game that I was expecting because I do believe Wolves are a very, very good outfit. A win here is a fantastic result. Let's not get ourselves fooled. This is a tough team. They will beat good teams in this league. They're definitely one of those teams vying to jump above us in the table based on where they finished last year.
Well, they just beat Man United before today's game 1-0. Right. So we're all in that bunch for sixth place, the top six.
For us to win here tonight would be an absolute, amazingly good result, which I think would bode well towards the latter half of the season in terms of morale. The problem is that with a 10-day break from this game, you have to kind of restart again, because it doesn't allow you to build up momentum. However, having said that, at the same time, it also allows you to rest players, bring players up to full fitness, work on certain things, So hopefully by the time we play Brentford, if we've got a win today, we should be buoyant for that home game against Brentford. And bearing in mind that we got a dour draw against Burnley in our last home game, we really need to come out like a house on fire, I
have to agree with you there. And specifically for Arsenal, African Guna, I think Vincey as well. We all three of us went for a draw in this game. I'm not sure. I was talking to Mo. Kevin Campbell talked about it on Twitter as well. A lot of Arsenal fans are saying, we should win this. No, we shouldn't. No. As I said, this team's come off 4 wins. If Wolves win today, that would be the first time in Premier League that they've got 5 wins in a row. And they are storming at the moment. They're beating some really good teams. They're getting clean sheets. They would be a little bit peeved that they've let such a sloppy goal in by Arsenal today. But at the same time, as Vincey said, it's taken them out of their game plan because now Wolves are having to commit more men forward, which is actually going to make it easier for Arsenal to break them down. So I'm looking forward for a really, really good second half. But for Arsenal, this is a fantastic position to be in because your record when Leeds did games has been so good. I believe it's 23 out of the last 26 games that Arsenal have been leading, they've won. So it's a really good record. When they get in front, they can hold the lead. So I'm really impressed with that. Andrew says, at least Traore is not around to terrorize. Well, we did have a guy called Maitland-Niles who had Traore in his pocket many times, but I guess, yeah, that's a good thing. Victor, long time no see, bro. How are you? I hope things are doing well, bro. Cool K saying, Xhaka and Partey, both back from suspension, both booked, as Apollo said, liability. Victor said, Martinelli should play centre. Thank you. Oh, my God. How much times have I said Pepe should be on the left, Martinelli should be in the middle? Job done. Oh, man. Victor says, what's a good football match without Xhaka getting a card? G said, brilliant play by Bukayo Saka on the right. Xhaka's going to Xhaka. Carletto, big shout out to you as well, Carletto. Carletto says, any bets on Xhaka and Partey picking up a seller? I think it's... Listen, man, we were dominating this fixture last season when Pepe scored, and then Leno got sent off, and then we ended up losing 2-1. So Wolves have been there before, man. They know that we got the capability to screw it all up. They know, man. So
yeah,
second half's
Arsenal
about to
got
start.
the ability to do an Arsenal, yeah.
But I think in January and today, it's abundantly clear that Lacazette falls short of this anchor role.
Oh, I want to mention something. Yeah. People who mention a certain player whose name begins with a V and an L, who was rumored to be coming to Arsenal, who never had any intention of ever coming to Arsenal, should get banned from talking about Arsenal. Because I don't see why you keep going on about, oh, he did this. He never showed intent. He never showed intent. So why do you keep talking his name? It makes no sense. And this is why I stay out of all transfer rumours. Because Arsenal fans, for me, are just mad crazy about just talking up people's name. And those people ain't interested in the club. It makes no sense.
Whenever
How
you
many posts did I see where I just had to go, oh, look, here we go again.
Yeah, that,
Some
my friend,
clown
that is
talking about
Arsenal
a player.
fans and transfers for you.
Yeah.
whenever you see a player associated with Juventus, find another, just move on. Just move on.
I mean, you know, it
Move
didn't
on.
even make sense. The geezer, you know, I mean, they were going to the point of saying like, oh yeah, if we get him, he's the answer to all our dreams. I'm like, really? Do you
Well,
even watch
based on his
Italian
first
football?
performance for Juventus, I mean, yeah. But, you
But
know,
hang on,
they
do you
actually paid
even-
him less.
This is the thing with football fans, yeah? Do you even watch European football? Yeah? There's certain people who I could honestly say, I know they watch football from around the world. Vincey, I know watches football from around the world. African Guna, I know. Because I can see their presence at certain points in time. They'll be referencing games that you go, you know, he had to watch that game to know what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nabil,
guys,
Nobody can test me on my
second half has
European
just started
knowledge
off,
of
everybody.
nobody can-
Mark says,
nobody
agree
can
with
test-
you guys. Sorry, go on, Tony.
I said, nobody can test me on my knowledge of European football. In the 80s and 90s, I used to just travel around France, Italy, Spain, just watching football. I would travel. I went to see Milan place Juventus, in one game. And then the next day, I went to see Sampdoria play Lazio. Yeah? That's the kind of football traveler I am and have been. Yeah? So when people start talking about European football and this, that, and the other, I'm like, do you even watch European football?
So guys, the commentary team are actually talking about tactically Arteta's set up for this game really well. She says that they've allowed Wolves to have the ball in areas that won't hurt Arsenal. and in
apart
areas
from down the left flank, apart from Tierney getting caught out of
Tierney,
space.
yeah. And that's them. I mean, he might have to get some help in it. The ball comes into the box again from Arsenal, but it's defended well from Wolves. Mark says, agree with you guys. This is a tough Wolves team, a good defense, and a win would be a great thing. It would be amazing, Mark. Still expecting a draw and would be dead happy if we come away with 3 points. 100% agree. Andrew, Andrew's drinking. Andrew's on the rum, everybody. He's saying what will happen if the cat runs on the field.
Oh, man.
Thankfully, we're not playing a team with that Zuma's on, that's for sure.
Wildcats.
Carletta says second goal we've scored in the Premier League since the new year. And KS.
When was the first?
Was it 1-1 against Burnley? Was it 1-1 against Burnley?
No,
0-0.
0-0.
Yeah, 0-0.
Scored this year.
G says Mark Ellis. Yep. Victor says yap Tony, or should that be brap Tony? Kaya says Pepe needs to play. Period. I agree. Mark says people always ask you whether you'd rather have the games in hand or points. Well, this is one of our key games in hand, and 3 points would be massive. Yep.
Just turned Gabriel. Nice skill there.
18 says Tony and transfers. Oh boy. The fingers crossed for the second half. Agreed. KS is a Pepe fan. He says, if I'm Pepe, I'm putting in a transfer request come season's end. Probably he would be doing that because he ain't playing. Says January transfers are always huge gamble. A lot of people talk up possibilities in the hope that it will end the emotional state. Yeah, Arsenal fans was going to meltdown on the last day. I was supposed to do transfer deadline, and because of the forums, all the negativity, I couldn't deal with it. My wife came up to me and she goes, Apollo, are you still going on? I said, hell no. Let's put in a movie. Let's watch something. But I ain't doing this tonight, man. I took transfer deadline day off. Terry says, our 2 pivots are whatless. Yeah, for real. For real. I want the party back that played against Man City.
Tony, I hear what you're saying because when I was in my teens, early 20s, watching European football and World Cup football, it's like I had to mold myself as a player into 3 or 4 different players because I just love so many players and their skill. You know,
and we'd watch that, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
We would watch Italian football on Channel 4 to watch certain players week in and week out to understand their methodology.
Go for the middle. Yeah, sorry, Wolves are pressing Arsenal into a mistake at the back, but Arsenal do with it really well. And Ben White's the guy that brings the ball out. Now Arsenal are on the attack, and it's a free kick to Arsenal. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, you know.
You remember a man like Hadji?
Yeah, man. All them guys. Listen.
One man, small man, left foot, couldn't get the ball off him. Bad man. Stoichkov, yeah.
That man there, man. Different.
Yeah. Pucciganio and all them mans there.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, and that's how you learn. Because you see players doing things and okay, right. You want to try it.
Go on, Ben White.
Come on. Cross it.
I learned a lot from watching Ajax.
That's not a penalty. Come on. Arsenal attacking here. It's on the right-hand side. Suarez with a cross. That's a great cross. It finds Lacazette. Do something, Lacazette.
Oh, you're way ahead of me. I'm 49-35.
Yeah. So I'm 50 minutes and 10 seconds.
Wow, you're way ahead, man.
How comes I got way ahead? Did you lose your stream?
Yeah, I think I did. I just checked an email.
Man said Jan Mobley. Man said Jan Mobley.
Mobley.
G says, Mark Ellis, Wolves have caused the big sides massive issues, and we controlled that half. No real danger. The players need not to be morons in this half with the needless yellows. But all in all, that's a quality away Premier League performance. Yeah, so far. Arsenal, though, in the final third, really
hit
the game.
Hit it first time, Laka.
I know.
Jeez.
KS says Laka has so far been a liability. Strikers are supposed to score, and he certainly ain't doing that at the moment.
They are marking him tight though, but he just hasn't got the physical strength to really outmuscle them.
It's a good start by Arsenal in the second half, though.
It is, yeah, because they got the tactics in hand. They've got the games in their hands, so they can control it better. I just got a message from Colin, who's at the game, said Lacazette did flick it on to Gabriel. Okay. So yes, they were right to give him the assist. It kind of looks like it, but the goalie comes in on him, and
you can see the ball's deviated. You couldn't see it in the touch, but you see afterwards.
How did he get out of that?
I think the bottom line is, guys, look, these are two good defenses. Arsenal's ranked 6, Wolves is ranked 4, and Wolves are struggling to get a clear-cut chance in this game. Podence his impatience has led to him shooting from 40 yards, and the ball does a Thomas Partey and goes way over the crossbar.
So I want to pose a question. Arsenal finished the season with a plus 20 goal difference and get into Europe. How would you...
What?
A plus 20 goal difference and
what?
And get into Europe. How would you rate that season? I'm not talking about the finish. How would you rate that?
Phenomenal.
Yeah, considering that hardly any teams...
If that happens, my brother, I will be very happy at the end of the season to see Arteta get the 2-year extension.
Oh, what are you doing, man?
That man a prize. Because
what's our goal difference now? What's our goal difference now?
8. It's plus 8. With this goal, plus 9.
Okay.
So 11 games. If we score 11 plus goals in how many games left? 20?
No, after this is 16.
16.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that would be awesome if we were to finish on plus 20.
Yeah, I mean, Chris, that's a great tackle by Odegaard. Odegaard's won so many balls back in the midfield, but Partey loses it. Don't let him do that to you, man.
Odegaard is the
Wolves
captain
on the
of
attack.
this team.
He gets deflected.
And this is the thing, you know, when you're rebuilding a team, you know, would you not give Odegaard that captaincy role now?
I would.
And shape that team, knowing that, you know, any player coming in now, he's the guy to look to. Because if Lacazette's not staying next season,
then why don't you build the team around? Yeah, I agree. But then there is a case, because I've mentioned that before, but there is a case that you can't have the younger players there without veteran leadership. And that's what I've always had thrown back at me, which, okay, fair enough. Hands up. He is leading them. He might not be he's doing a better job than Aubameyang, which isn't saying much. But he's leading them. Get rid of it.
And some would say at the start of the season, both of them wanted out.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, Lacazette wasn't playing, so he wanted to go. Lacazette's only playing because we got rid of Aubameyang. If Aubameyang was still the captain and if he was still performing and scoring, Lacazette wouldn't even be on the pitch. So he made his mind up a long time ago that this
Wolves
was going to be
knocking on the door. Wolves knocking on the door.
Yeah, they are. Arsenal's dealing with it at the moment. But yeah, it's all Wolves at the moment now.
We're not time wasting already, are we? 54 minutes and time wasting.
KS says, so Arteta cannot see that Laka should be replaced. Well, he is, because that's why he threw up 70 million on the striker last month, which didn't work out. So he definitely is. And I got a text today saying that there was an offer that went in for Alexander Isak, but I'm not going to talk about it because it's not worth it. I didn't post it on the forum or anything, but there definitely was an offer that went through, and it was reduced. It was rebuffed. So yeah, we had 2 offers for strikers in January, and it didn't work out. So it's not like, this is what I'm saying. People are moaning on the forum, but it's not for lack of trying. I don't think Isak's worth more than 45 million. That's just my personal opinion. I love him as a player. Me and Neomis love Isak, but I wouldn't pay 70 million for him. 4 goals this season in 16 appearances.
So how are you loving him so much?
Because you don't get it. Go and watch the Euros. Go and watch his last season with Sociedad. He's a baller. He's 6'4". He holds the ball up well, 2-footed, can run at defenses. He got the full package, but he's 22. He's a young player.
Do you think his style of football? You know, I can see Vlahovic playing in Arteta's system.
Yeah.
and making a difference to the Arsenal team.
Yeah.
I'm not sure Isak has the strength right now to do that.
I do, and so does Neomis, which is why we've been calling him out since last summer. For the last 7 months, all we've been talking about is Isak.
So would you not buy him for 50 million? Would you not pay 50 million for him?
I would, but we put in an offer for that, and they're talking about 74. So yeah, it's silly money.
Yeah. And this is the problem Arsenal have, because we're so desperate and we leave ourselves so short on the transfer. Clubs are convincing us. They're taking advantage of us.
I agree, and this is the reason why you got to give credit to Arteta. Not Arteta. You got to give credit to. I'm like you lot. I'm blaming Arteta for everything. You got to give credit to.
Blame him.
You've got to give credit to Edu, because when I said don't buy James Maddison for 70 million and instead buy a goalie, a right back, and a central midfield player, that's what Edu did, and they've got Odegaard, Tomiyasu, and Ramsdale. So that's why I don't want us to spend 70 million on Isak, because you can do a lot more with that money with your needs. And believe me, we got a lot of needs. Arsenal, it's Saka. It's blocked. Arsenal on the attack now. That's got to be a corner. Yeah, so I just want us to use the money wisely. What is going on with Lacazette and the goalkeeper now? What's this foolishness? Oh, dear. Lacazette getting frustrated because he hasn't played well. Arsenal in press formation now. Wolves trying to play the ball out of the back.
Oh, why not shoot, man? First time Partey on his left. Why not shoot on your left, man?
That's what I thought. Arsenal have won the ball. Arsenal's doing such a great job of pressing
Lacazette,
and winning the ball back.
You're going to get a yellow card.
Look at this. Come on.
What's wrong with Lacazette, man?
He's just been, I don't know. Anyway, we've won the ball back. Guys, guess who's joining us live from Jamaica?
Backside.
How you doing?
How you doing?
Good?
Yeah, everything bless.
So nice? Nice?
It's all right.
It's all right. Nice, man. Like that.
You must be loving it. Are you watching the game, Ebony? Have you got live feed?
Right, I'm trying. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my trusty app.
Mm-hmm.
I know we're 1-0 up. I don't know who scored it, but who did score it, by the way?
It was Gabriel.
Okay.
Lacazette got the assist. Quested supposedly.
There's lots of questions that one needs to ask about this team and the powers that be that run the team.
What a ball.
Good cross, isn't it?
There we go.
Wow.
God, if the game finishes like this, guys, wow. Andrew says, I was imagining Ebony in another outfit.
Oh, Lord have mercy, man. What's going on you?
Arsenal currently have 6th best, yep. And then he says, Wolves have 2nd best defense. Currently, they said that it's the 4th best defense. But yeah, I mean, 16 goals conceded. That's correct. I think they look at 2 things, don't they? They look at set pieces, goals let in,
Wow.
And then they combine the parameters. Is that a red card?
That looks like a red card to me.
Oh, it's a red card, guys. Seriously, that's a red.
It is a red card, but he's not giving it.
He should get
It's not even a yellow. I didn't see a yellow being given.
It's a yellow.
Ooh.
Did VAR have a look at that? Because that was a red for
Nope.
me. And that was Ruben Neves, the guy who we're supposed to be replacing Xhaka with, who did a Xhaka. He just did a Xhaka there.
That's not a red card. That's not a red card.
Tony, look at it again. Studs high, right on the ankle, and the ankle actually turns.
Okay, it's not where the tackle plays. It's not about where the tackle ends up. It's about the intent. Yeah? You can get a tackle wrong.
Why did Gabriel just get booked? Oh, flipping.
He was arguing, man.
No, it's for delay of game. It's a bad tackle, but I don't believe he maliciously goes in. Why is he gonna book Gabriel for that? Bobby says if your name is Xhaka instead of Neves, then you're sent off. Yeah, I mean, like I thought you could see his ankle bend to the side when the studs
Yeah,
went
that's
in.
the thing is, that is a bit silly by Gabriel. There's no one standing in front of him. Just make a pass, man. Play the ball.
Andrew's, by the way, Ebony, Andrew's on some rum thing right now. He definitely must be drinking. He's talking about his cat.
He's the cut
Yes.
spur.
Yes, we all know about Zuma. I've got something to say about that as well.
Leave it, Ebony. Leave it, Ebony.
Hey, Ebony,
What?
all I'm saying is look at my Facebook wall, and that says everything.
Leave
No,
it, Ebony.
I know I've got something to say about Zuma, and
No,
I'm sticking up for Zuma, by the way.
Arsenal. We're watching Arsenal. Let's talk about Arsenal.
I've got something to say about Arsenal as well, which I'm not happy about.
Please talk your talk.
Okay. Why are we getting rid of so? Do you remember when we were told that there will be no players that will be running down their contracts? We all remember that, don't we?
Lie there, lie.
It's lie them a lie.
Fuck.
So basically, what we were told, what we were told was we would they did a Boris Johnson basically.
Yeah.
Saka on the right. Play the overlap.
Yeah, they're talking with a fork.
Come on.
That's why I don't listen to that talk, man. You gotta put things in action. I ain't got no time.
This ain't something new, Ebony.
All of you guys, what are you talking about, man? The teams don't have the power. The players have the power. If I'm not, what are you going to do? You're going to hold a gun to my head to sign a contract?
Yes.
The players hold the power, man. You should know this. You follow the NBA and the NFL, and you're talking about players signing with 2 years left. They ain't got a clue. They've got no power at all. All the powers is in the player. Look what Vlahovic did last month. He wanted to go Juventus. What happened?
You want to keep them
That was never going to be a signing anyway.
Exactly. Stop talking the man's name.
You want to keep them man in the ice bath, man, and sign a thing.
Talk about
how is that a free kick to? Oh my god! How is that not a free kick to Arsenal?
Is he trying to push Gabriel off the ball?
Man said, "Who held the gun to Xhaka's head?"
Somebody did.
Yeah, I heard from a good source today. That Saka is going to sign this deal.
How much?
Well, we kind of knew that anyway. I mean, when you're taking source from the sun, not the sun, the mirror.
How much do you think that will be then, Apollo?
It probably around 75. If he's lucky, it might be 100k.
We pay 100k for Saka.
If we don't, someone else is going. Yeah, if we don't, someone else will. He's on 35 now. You can't have him on 35 grand a week.
You can't. No, you can't.
So the step for Arsenal normally is about 75k at that stage, but his agent will be pushing. Yeah, his agent will be pushing for 100. No doubt about it.
He's an exceptional talent. He deserves it.
Yeah.
And when Smith Rowe's up?
Smith Rowe is long term, so it's not till 2025. He's just signed a deal, Smith Rowe. Martinelli, he's got an extension on these. Remember, he got the 90 grand. So don't worry about Martinelli. He getting paid.
I love Gabriel there. Gabriel just holding off Chiquito.
Yeah.
Right on the side. Chiquito trying to push him off and it's not working.
Yeah, it's like man was riding his back as well, and you're like, nah, bro, you ain't coming.
This is too funny. Richard's got the best comment of the day. Richard says, "Is there a dress code for the show?" Yeah, we're all supposed to be wearing Arsenal gear, but we've got a Boca Juniors big shout out today from the two South American lovies right there on the right, and Ebony is in Jamaica, so she hot. I don't expect her to be wearing anything.
The only Arsenal thing I've got is my track pants, and that's when I'm indoors.
Yeah, guys, we've got Martinelli on the left here against two defenders, holding up the ball really well. He wins a throw in. Andrew says we should have a GoFundMe to transport Xhaka. I set one up last summer. I set one up already last summer. Richard says, eyes on the game, what a wagwan, and that's more like it. Yeah, man, don't worry, Richard. You get the commentary here, and you get the jokes, and you get the fun, and you get the banter at the same time.
I'm actually liking the fact that Arsenal so far, from what I've been watching, that they've kept the ball in their half.
Yeah, it's a long
Maybe.
throw in here. It's defended well and cleared by Wolves.
So would you be happy with a 200k release clause in Saka's contract?
I'd be happy.
Arsenal don't think them kind of ways, bro.
But they got to start doing that. You know what I mean?
They got to do a lot of things, Vincey, but they don't.
You know, you got to give a man like him 100k.
They don't seem to have the common sense to retain players properly.
Yeah.
Like other clubs do. Yeah? Think about it. All the money they've spent on players and haven't recouped a single dime.
That's what I mean. That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Absolute none. The management is culpable, and it's a joke.
And this is what I'm talking about. You know, the fact that we were lied to in 2019. There'll be no players that run. That'll be run.
What?
That no players will have their contracts run down. And what's happening?
You can't play Monopoly like that.
G says Bobby Borman. It'll be a miracle if of a half to see out if we see out the 90 minutes without capitulating. Don't know who I want subbed first, Laka, Xhaka, or Cedric. It's painful watching any of them.
Well, Smith Rowe's coming on now.
Oh, that's good.
So what I would say is
he's taking off Odegaard.
Don't be surprised if we get a clean sheet, because Arsenal have got a very good record defensively for clean sheets.
Yes, number 10 for number 10. Kuke says Apollo was right. Odegaard, clearly our best footballer, should be captain. I've been telling these guys from a long time ago. He's a don for Arsenal. He's a don for Norway.
What are you doing, Xhaka?
Pro Lover says Arsenal and make them ball. Right, let's see how mind you, we're just on number 10 for number 10. So
Odegaard's walking off my screen right now.
Oh, he's pulled. It's not a foul on Martinelli. So what is?
You're joking.
Oh, some dirty football.
So, Apollo, how does it work?
Martinelli just earned himself a yellow there by a.
It's not a red card. He's been sent off.
Who?
Martinelli.
How has he been sent off? What the hell? I don't get it.
And he retaliated by pushing one of their players. And then he.
Oh, a double offense. So he's given me a yellow for the one before.
Oh!
So he's giving him a yellow for pushing the guy down, and then he's giving him another yellow for pushing the guy in the back. Oh God. So
discipline.
This is what happened last year.
Discipline.
Last year we dominated them, and we were 1-0 up, and then we ended up losing 2-1. Oh God, man! I can't.
That's crazy.
I don't.
And
think
we've
I've
gone
seen
and
that.
conceded.
Yeah.
Hold on. Oh, it's offside.
I don't think I've seen that. I don't think I've seen that before.
I've never seen that.
I've never seen that.
I've never seen that. Because surely, if the first, oh well, I don't know. Yeah,
I haven't seen it on Sunday League.
I've never seen a double. I've never seen two yellow cards given in one
goal.
Yeah,
literally.
I've never seen it on FIFA either, and that's not, I'm being serious. I've just never seen that before. That is just why didn't the ref just blow up on the first one?
That's what I'm saying.
Because he played the advantage. So
then what? So the
I don't know what's going on.
I've never seen that.
I've never seen that either. Only with Arsenal, guys.
Wow.
Only with Arsenal.
That is a first.
I've never seen that. Surely there's got to be...
Mark has said, what's the red card for? So okay. So what happens is Martinelli commits the first foul by he pushes Prudence as he tries to take a quick throw, but Michael Oliver, the referee, waves play on. As the play is continued, Chiquito runs away with the ball. Martinelli runs after him and he elbows him in the back down to the floor. So that's another yellow card. So ilkable offences in a bizarre sequence, which I've never seen before in my life.
Yeah, it's a weird thing. It's weird.
Oh, Lacazette,
I tell you, he's blowing it, man. Basic says, I'm sorry, as an Arsenal fan, you've just got to laugh or you'll cry. I mean, guys, Lacazette, and he misses.
One on one.
Lacazette had a chance to put 2-0 up, and he blew it. Mark says, thank you. Bobby says, it's probably 2 yellows, but it'd be 1 yellow for Wolves. I mean, I don't know, man. Lacazette there just misses. I mean, look at this. That's a peach. That's a striker's finish. And he doesn't even...
I thought he was offside.
He missed it by a mile.
I thought he was offside.
Terry says it doesn't show in the first card and the player has no chance to consider the first. That's what I'm saying. If you've not got a chance, I don't get it. I need to look in the rule bill. I think Vince is already looking at the rule book for that.
I've never seen that happen before.
How can it says the second yellow was for dissent? I thought dissent was...
No. The second yellow is the shoulder.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
And he points and says to the shoulder. Because he didn't turn around and say anything.
This chance that Lack has just missed, it's unbelievable. You literally are 1-0 up and you have to finish every chance now because they're going to come few and far between.
Double save.
Oh, God, this is awful.
And then I tried to get another.
This is awful.
Double save by Ramsdale.
Yeah, it's a double save. That's a great save by Ramsdale. Fantastic by Ramsdale. I don't even know where to go from here, guys. Bobby says it would be a miracle now. Terry says if Martinelli had known the first, he would have not committed the second. I agree. Yeah. I agree. Says Laka needs to come off.
Who have we got on the bench?
Pepe and Nketiah.
And Pepe.
I bring on Pepe.
Oh, great!
Oh, God, this is an absolute mess.
You need to retain the ball.
This is an absolute mess. I don't even know where to go from here, guys. I can't even say anything.
There is nowhere to go because I mean, this we're used to this.
Why do we keep doing this? We've got 4. We're in February and we already got 4 red cards. What? We're in February and we've got 4 red cards. I still can't believe it's a red, which is why I'm calling it yellow. I can't understand, and then Lacazette goes down, has a big chance, just like in Liverpool, in the semi-final of the Carabao Cup.
Okay,
and he doesn't even hit the target. He's 1-on-1 with the goalie, and he puts it wide.
That is such a okay. Smith Rowe's been fouled.
Okay, guys, Mark's put up the rules here. So the rules are. Red card clarification. If it wasn't a second yellow card for dissent, Gabriel Martinelli was booked for pushing the Wolves player as he was taking a throw-in. Play went on and he fouled Chiquito. Seconds later, he was then shown 2 yellows for 2 different fouls. He didn't know he was getting booked for the first when he was shown. That's the way how we see it. And Terry says, what Terry is saying, which is here. Where's Terry? Terry is saying here, if he knew he was getting a yellow for the first, which, by the way, it was a silly yellow because it wasn't a push. It was just a get out of the way push. It wasn't.
If he knows he's getting a first yellow, he ain't making that second challenge.
Exactly. There was no animosity in the push. It's just players do that all the time. They try and stop the throw by going in. It's a little push. He doesn't. It's not like the guy goes flat on his back and he's laid.
You know how it is with Arsenal. Arsenal commit this, and we get sent off, or we get all sorts. So there is an anti-Arsenal thing going on here, and I've been saying this for a while.
Do you know what I'm thinking? If the nature of the first foul wasn't that petulant, he wouldn't have got the second yellow because there was no need for him.
Jimmy Jones Jimmy Jones is saying there's an agenda. This is beyond the joke.
Of course, there's an agenda. There's always an agenda against Arsenal. Always an agenda.
I mean, Martinelli is my boy, but the first yellow was absolutely stupid. He'd had no need to do that, and I think to do the second one, the ref
possession, man.
Needs no choice.
Yeah,
on their own are yellows.
Richard says, Apollo, you do know scoring's the hardest thing to do in football. I've stopped berating the players for misses, but will you? No, I won't, because he's missed too many chances. He only has 3 league goals in 18 starts.
And the man gets
if Lacazette carries on at this pace, he's not even gonna get double-digit goals this season.
I'm sorry, but the man gets paid 200 grand a week.
Yeah, 180 grand, and he can't even hit it. It's not so much scoring; he's not even hitting the target, and he did it against Burnley, and he did it 2 times against Liverpool.
You can't defend a guy who's getting paid 180 a week, grand.
Yeah,
and tell me, say, oh, he has got a hard job. I appreciate you have a hard job, but do you know what you should be doing? Is earning your money.
Yeah. I done a video which is up on my channel where I said to you lot, when Aubameyang was there, Aubameyang was Batman and Lacazette was Robin, and I said, now Aubameyang has gone, you can't be Robin, you have to be Batman, and he's being Robin right now. We're seeing Robin there.
So I'm gonna
I don't want to make excuses. I don't want to make excuses, but do you think he's tired?
No, I don't. I just think that this is probably who he's been. This is probably who he's been for a while, and we've just not recognised it.
So I'm going to be devil's advocate.
In the sun.
I'm going to be devil's advocate now. How has Arteta improved Lacazette as a striker?
He hasn't.
Nobody has. He's regressed. Wenger couldn't do it. Emery couldn't do it. Nobody. It's just the play. He's just. You play in French league, you get 35 goals a season. You come here, you can't even get 20. Giroud got 20. Walcott got 20. Walcott's not even a striker. You Lacazette, all he wanted to do, when me and Bertram defended him, which we did, by the way, in November, we said he should replace Aubameyang. And we looked at the goals and he nearly averages a goal one in every 2 games. But he's playing game after game after game after game, and there's no goals.
I think David Musk was really happy when we went for him, and I think that was at the time Arsenal's real intent in actually going and getting a striker who was actually scoring goals. So, but the problem is, as you say, Apollo, the managers, Arsene Wenger, Emery, Arteta, they haven't got the best out of Lacazette as a striker, and that is concerning when you think about how much we paid for him.
Yeah, and
Vinci, you're wrong. Vinci, you're wrong.
Okay, let me let Tony go first. Tony go first.
The reason I'm going to say you're wrong is because you're saying that we haven't got the best out of Lacazette. Lacazette has played his best football. He just ain't never been good enough.
Well, that's it in a nutshell. And look, I have to talk to you guys as a manager. When you have somebody who's in a job and they're not performing, and you bring another manager in and they're not performing, and you bring another manager in, but at some point you've got to say it's the player. Because you might be able to say this manager might be struggle to get the best, maybe another one, but when you got 3 managers, not including Freddie Ljungberg, by the way, that are not being able to get the best out of this guy, then the player's just not good enough.
Yeah.
I'm shocked
and then you're going to ask yourself the question, Vinci. Ask yourself this question.
Niketi is coming on.
What is this guy's best? He ain't never scored 20 goals in a season.
Yeah, and Tony, I totally agree with you. I've said at the start of last season, the best thing Arsenal could have done was sell him last season. Yeah, for me, I said it was the last because he's running down. I could see no future where he could be the main man for us. And here we are, a season later, and he's captain. And I'm like, what is the club doing? Because we're not getting any money for him.
No, he's going on a free in January.
Yeah. So why this season? Why this season?
Terry says, well done,
Because-
Smith Rowe. Yeah, what you guys missed, Smith Rowe ran the channels 50 yards just to give Arsenal a breather. Well done to him. Kaya says, Laka cannot support the run because he lacks a speed stamina. I think I summed it up well when I said Lacazette is like a point guard trying to play against a power forward. That's what it's like. Watching him run into the box against defenders is like watching a point
it's an
guard
analogy a lot of
go
people
into the
won't
paint.
understand. People won't understand that analogy, bro.
In other words, all right. So in other words, it's like a little kid trying to take the ball off two grown-ups. That's essentially what Lacazette is running into the box against two centre backs. He just gets swamped.
See, look,
he just isn't a presence.
Did you see the conversation between Lacazette and Arteta on the sideline?
Yeah.
I'm like, what the hell are you trying to explain? You missed the open goal, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah? Hang your head in shame and say, I fluffed up. I didn't do my job.
Just like he did against Burnley, just like he did against Liverpool. Guys, we got 8 minutes to hold on.
That was scrappy as hell, man. That was almost a goal for them.
Yeah. Ramsdale with the key touch there, guys.
It's 10 against 11, so it's definitely going to be like this for the next.
There's some gladiator play in the middle of Arsenal box right now, man. Jeez.
It's
gladiator.
It's not good.
Prosper.
I don't think Pepe bought his studs, man.
Yeah, I might bring on Rob Holding right now, to be honest with you, the amount of balls that are flying into the box.
Rob Holding's already on the pitch, bro.
When did I miss that?
Oh, good save.
He came on for Saka.
Oh, okay, right. Yeah, so I did miss that. Sorry about that, guys.
Oh, my word.
A lot of emotions going on here in the stream tonight.
Good save,
My apologies.
Good save. Well, man of the match is Ramsdale.
This is crazy, man.
Tierney.
I think so, yeah.
What the hell? How's Tierney's getting twist up? What the hell?
No, he's been getting twist up all day, bro. He's been getting that all day.
No, man, you can't be getting twist up like that.
Got to put him under pressure. Stop
you
it.
can't
Stop
be
it.
Getting twist up like that.
He's talking about scramble in the box, yeah?
Ruben Neves is just
You're
going for it,
nerves,
man. If that's the type of player he is, then bring him in and get rid of Xhaka.
You've got to stop
guys, you have to,
that
guys.
cross.
I've got to reiterate that the reason why you're seeing this pressure from Wolves and their fans, the cameras on their fans like that, is because this is Wolves' chance to get into that battle for a European spot. If they don't win this game, then they fall back hugely. And this is the reason why this is a massive game for Wolves. Wolves are in 8th place now. If they win tonight, they go in the top 6. And a loss tonight really hurts their chances. And I don't care what anybody says about players, coaching, tactics, or whatever. If Arsenal get away with a 1-0 win here, it is a fantastic result.
Come on, Arsenal. Come on, Arsenal. Come on, Arsenal.
5 minutes left. Andrew says Wolves play Spurs away on Sunday. Yeah, they all got to play each other. They all got to play each other.
We got to play them as well.
Yeah. My concern, I don't have a concern.
Christ, we have got, Arteta needs to do something. I know we're playing 10 versus 11, but we have to stop this. We have to stop this. They get in crosses in the box just way too easy.
Yeah, they are. We're not challenging. We're not even challenging these crosses, and that's really dangerous. 5 minutes left, guys. 5 minutes left. What is... Oh, wow. 4 red cards in 2022.
Who's the 4th one? Partey, Saka,
Martinelli.
Xhaka, Martinelli, and who?
Gabriel,
yeah.
Oh, yeah, of course, yeah.
Stephen says, question, neutral hats on, if possible. Are games like this what makes the Premier League or just helter-skelter league in the world? It's games like this that makes the Premier League, bro. Every week when Arsenal fans tell me we should win this game, we should win that. I said, no, we shouldn't win anything because
That's
we
right.
have no God-given right to
Yeah.
win a game. And the way how most fans talk about other teams, it's like the respect is completely gone. Arsenal, just like any other team. Look what happened with Southampton and Spurs last night.
You can't even be a proper football fan if you don't recognise the quality in your opposition.
Exactly.
Like literally, who the hell watches football and turns around and says Arsenal should beat Wolves? Do you not watch football?
Exactly. This is what I said.
Anyone on their day. That's what you got to remember about the Premier League.
Mo, who used to be on AFTV, he made that statement today, and me and Kevin Calbo said to him, "No, bro." He goes, "If Arsenal lose tonight, fans are going to go into meltdown. What are they going to go into meltdown for? Wolves are coming off the back of 4 wins in January. We never even barely score a goal in January, and this performance tonight has been so far, touch wood, a great performance against a very good team."
I kind of understand where
Richard's
coming from when he refers to it as a helter-skelter league.
Oh my God!
Because,
Stop
if you look at this game, it hasn't been a quality game, and this is the nature of a lot of games right now. Teams playing below par, and the quality of football actually on display is not exactly.
Nice one. That's nice
entertaining.
one.
So I understand where Rich is going.
Stop the cross.
But I think with that being said, Vincey, that when you're a boxer, this is an analogy. When you're a boxer and you're in the ring, when you're from rounds 1 to 8 or 9, you've got your instructions, your tactical inputs, and you're managing the fight. When you're in round 11 and 12, all those tactics are gone, and you're just trying to survive. You're just trying to get to the end of the fight. And what we're seeing in some of these games is a level of where the fight, the desire, and the passion has taken over, and there's no tactics, and it's all or nothing. You're throwing hell for leather. Nigel Benn used to talk about this all the time. He's like, when I felt that I was on the ropes, I just threw hell for leather. Do
you know what I'm gonna say, Apollo? I'm the coach, and I don't know if it's just because I'm watching it on TV, but all I can see is Wolves cross after cross after cross after cross. They keep just getting the crosses in. And someone tells me, like, is Arteta not watching that and thinking to himself, I need to shut the source?
He is, but Tony, a manager with his instructions can only do so much. If a player's not doing it, and by the way, we've got Suarez on one side and Tierney, who's been shit in this game, on the other. And no amount of instructions are going to solve that, is it? Unless you take both of the players off. Tierney hasn't been good in this game.
He does have the option. You're saying it like he doesn't have the option.
Well, I would have put Tavares on a long time ago, mate. I would have put him on after 60 minutes.
Thank you very much, bro. Because
deal with it.
If Tavares was having that game, he's getting taken off.
Wow.
And he would take the ball up the field, which would take away pressure,
But again,
game management.
But guys, again, we're playing a pass. I agree, but we're playing a quality team, and we're not playing a Burnley who don't know what to do with the ball. We're playing a team who is adept and competent, and we're playing with 10 men, so it's very difficult for these guys. But the result,
you've got to look at fundamentals, Apollo.
There's no fundamentals when you're down to 10 men, bro.
Well, of course there is.
Yeah, there's no.
Of course there is. You've got to make sure the team doesn't equalise.
Exactly. So it's every man for himself. There's no fundamentals. There's no
tactics. What are you talking about, man?
Apollo, come on, man. When you're under the coach, you've got to do something. You got to do something.
Yeah, he's done something. He's just, like you said, he's just put on Rob Holding. We've got how many? We've got 5 back line. We're literally playing a 5-4-1. Literally playing a 5.
There is
no right? Yeah, 5-3-1.
Who you passing it to, bro?
Well, there is, because Nketiah is on the field.
No, because he's not playing as a striker. He's playing in
midfield.
He's playing in midfield.
He's playing in midfield.
Oh my God, this is so tense. Our guys are putting in a gladiator Braveheart thing right now, man.
Gabriel.
It was never going to be easy game, guys.
But how is there 5 minutes of injury time? How is there 5 minutes of injury time?
Ask the ref.
Because of the heading,
Let's watch
the
that again.
injury,
Gabriel
the
just
injury
got
for the
plugged.
goal.
Hang on a minute.
Gabriel
That
just
Wolves
got
player
plugged.
hit Gabriel in the face.
Yeah, I know. I saw it. Let's see what happens.
So
Their
what,
manager's going nuts.
no yellow card, no what?
All right, let's see what happens. The replay. Oh, it was
Watch
next
it again.
Yeah, it was
Nah,
next.
nah, that wasn't an accident. He knew exactly what he was doing.
No, it was an accident. Gabriel collided into him and his arm
Lord,
swung.
what the hell?
Yeah, his arm swung
Nah,
into
it's
his
not an
face.
accident.
Big up, Richard.
92 minutes. We got 3 minutes to hang on, guys.
Nice one, Richard. He says,
Stop
great
saying that.
conversation
Can you
and
stop saying that?
analogies here. He said, in answering the questions, hit the like button, viewers. I sure have. Come on, Arsenal. Lock it down. Big up yourself, Richard, man. Enough respect.
We're
Man.
hanging by a
Enough
thread.
respect to you, Richard. Enough respect.
And in the
man.
last 20 minutes, it's been all Wolves.
Yeah, we've had it to defend because we went down 10 men
Yeah.
after 64 minutes. It totally changed the game. But Lacazette could have buried it by putting us 2-0 up. Man.
So is that to say that people are happy, that people here are happy for him to go?
For who?
I'm happy for him to go because he's
Lacazette.
not the answer. Yeah.
Yeah,
Last season,
he has
man.
to go. He
Yeah,
has to
I'm
go.
happy for him to go. It's
We
he's
ain't
not
gonna
the
win
answer.
Jack with Lacazette, bro. I don't
Guys,
care how much you like
I'm
him.
just worried about replacements. That's all.
Andrew says,
That's all
I'm
you need
nervous
to
just
think-
listening
that's all
and
you need to
watching.
think about. We need a replacement. Simple. Yeah?
Michelle
But
says,
we haven't got one at this stage in the season.
evening. So
It's the
what did I
fault of the
miss?
board.
You've missed
Michelle. Go for it.
You've missed pure
What's
drama,
up, Mish?
Michelle, man.
2 yellows, man.
Hey,
2
girl.
yellows. That's what you missed.
Yeah, Martinelli it looked like a straight red, but it was continuous. In one play, he got 2 yellows. Nobody's ever seen that before. Mark Ellis is saying we need to get the rule book on this because if they can overturn it, that means he plays against Brentford. Otherwise, he's out.
I don't think they can. I don't think there's any. I doubt there will be anything wrong with what he did.
I mean, the player didn't even know he got booked.
Oh,
So-
please don't tell me.
Stop the source.
Oh,
Stop
Michelle
the
says
source.
she's joking. Michelle says she's joking. Andrew says, Vincey, 50 grand a week to be the new striker. I'm dead.
I'll be the new striker.
Yeah, man,
I'm so dead.
if I'm a striker, I'll be walking on the pitch with a stick. With Ben back.
Right, guys, I'm not
And
gonna lie.
Apollo can replace Leno.
Listen, you and I everybody in this room would give our back teeth to play for Arsenal.
Of course.
Yeah? For
Of
free.
course.
For free. These men are getting paid 180 grand and can't put the ball between 2 sticks.
Right, we've got 30 seconds to go, guys.
Yeah.
Stop saying that.
Apollo, just read out what Richard said there. He's got a good question there.
So tense. Sorry, I'm just. Joanne saying, good evening. What's going on, Joanne? Big shout out to you, babe. Big shout out to you. Richard saying, how fickle are we fans? Who remembers Laka being the go-to inspirational player for us? I remember when he got player of the season, 18 goals, 11 assists. I remember that. G says, Vinci and Tony can't see it. I hate the 5-3-1 formation when we are down 10 men. Sorry, this is so tense at the moment now because the game's about to end. It is 95 minutes.
It's done.
It's done. Wow.
No, Greg, I agree. Greg, I agree with you.
Wow. Guys,
We hung on by a thread.
it was a fantastic game. Absolutely fantastic.
It's a fantastic result. It wasn't a fantastic game.
No, it was because we ain't had
wasn't a
football for 3
fantastic-
weeks.
It wasn't a fantastic performance for much of the second. Well, after we went down to 10 men.
Yeah.
Guys, sorry, we've gone away to Wolves. Perspective, guys. I don't know what planet you lot live on.
I'm happy with the
Perspective.
win.
Listen
I'm
to
happy
We've
the
with
gone
the
words
win.
away
I
to
said.
Wolves, broken their
Apollo,
4-game
listen
winning
to the
streak
words.
when we had our worst month of the season and went away
But
and won
listen to
1-0.
The words are the important thing. A fantastic result.
No, it was a great
game.
Give the guys a hand of applause for a great performance.
And I did
Warriors,
say
gladiators.
to keep a clean sheet.
I'm happy with the performance. So I'm happy with the result.
Fantastic.
I'm not happy that we went down to 10 men, but we hung on by a thread, and that's what you have to expect when we go down to 10 men.
Look at the players and the manager on the pitch.
Usually we capitulate when we go down to 10 men. Look what happened against Man City.
Yeah.
Greg, I totally agree with you, man.
Gabriel,
when you're down to 10 men, when you're down to 10 men, you can still play football. You can still get control of the ball and take it to the other team. And I think that's what Tony and myself were really trying to say, that Arteta could have made substitutions to allow us to take the ball to Wolves, because we weren't doing anything with the ball, just allowing Smith Rowe on one flank, and on the other side nothing was really happening. So I hear your point, man. Big up, man. Big up.
Yeah, I'll second that.
Wow.
Yeah, because don't forget, we are a team that used to go down to 10 men and still win the game.
Yeah,
we're not that team. We've been that team for a long time, Tony.
Yeah,
we were today, though.
Stephen says, congratulations, Laka and AFC crew. Helter Skelter, true grit, respect. That's what I'm saying. Warriors performance it was tonight, guys. Mark says, away at Wolves and got a win. I would never believe that was going to happen. And we've got them at the Emirates in a couple of weeks, which me and Ebony are going to be at.
What date is that? Because I could still be in Jamaica by then.
No, I don't think you. I think it's hold on a second. I think it's the 24th. Hold on.
Or February.
Hold on.
Yeah, Paulo, whatever game you take Ebony to, you want to make sure she's behind the goal at the final whistle, man, so she can get
the 24th.
so she can get 24th. The shirt.
It's the 24th
of February.
Yeah.
I'll be in Jamaica.
Oh, okay, so I'm gonna have to look to get rid of that ticket. Sell that.
Whatever games you have after the 8th of March.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After that game, it's Arsenal Leicester on the 13th of March.
Wow.
I can make that.
I'm gonna just read something out that Kaz Khan has just put on the forum. He said, "Fun fact: every Arsenal player bought for over 50 million has left for nothing."
Wow.
Except Pepe.
No, I'm going to give a big no. I'm going to give a big no comment to that because I actually have a calculator and I can do maths. So I'm going to do a big no comment on that one. Guys, Arsenal have got their first win of this year and are up to 5th. I can't believe tonight's result. This is cause for celebration. I think after we finish the stream, I'm going to have a nice drink. Guys, first of all, Vincey, what's your thoughts on the win? I'm going to tuck in here and do player ratings while you're doing that.
For me personally, I think it's a good result. Tough away game. We didn't play good football, man down. But first half we stuck at it. I think it was a good goal by Gabriel to be in that position, and I've got to give Lacazette a lot of credit for that, putting in that challenge to get the ball. So we nicked it. We got away with one today. Bit disappointed in my client Martinelli with the 2 yellow cards. I think the first allowed the ref an easy opportunity to give him a second yellow for the second challenge, and it's one he's going to learn from. And we were seriously under the cosh after that. Disappointed with Lacazette with that chance that he missed, because he could have made it a lot easier for the team. But we got away with the win, and it was never going to be easy today. It's been a long time since we've won a game, so I'll take it. On to the next game.
Excellent. Tony, what's your thoughts about today?
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty much the same as Vincey. I believe the result is fantastic. And I did say that if we come here and we get a result, it will be fantastic. I actually think we played good football when we had 10 men. Yeah, I was entertained. I thought we were very good. I do believe we are missing a striker, somebody who can give us the focus at the top end. But having said that, Lacazette had his chances. Yeah. In the end, Wolves will feel like maybe they deserved a point at least, but we dug in, and that back four deserve credit, even though I think Tierney and Cedric were getting ripped to shreds and were unable to.
Did you see Cedric getting ripped to shreds? I didn't see that.
The balls weren't getting stopped from coming in from either flank.
Yeah, true. Either side they weren't. Either side, it was ping pong.
Either side they came down, the crosses were coming in.
Second half, it was an onslaught.
It was an onslaught.
Well, yeah, we were down to 10 men, so yeah.
You know, and for that I kind of go, well, I don't expect us to be pretty with our football, but I do expect us to make some kind of change that says, you know what, we have to stop conceding crosses. They have a clear strategy. And we saw that at the beginning of the game, Apollo, where Tierney was out of position. And I said, that's play calling. Yeah. If I'm a coach, yeah, and I know I've got a really good corner, what do? I send my best player to pull him in. And then I play a player from the middle like a tight end and I send him out. Who gets wide? Because the corner's going to stay with the strong wide receiver. Good play calling. That's what Wolves did. They isolated the weak link in the team and they took advantage. And Arteta was unable to counter it. But we got the result. So thank you, Arteta. He doesn't get huge marks, but he gets good marks because we got a result.
For me, and I think we played 65 minutes with 11 men, and in those 65 minutes away from home, which is our biggest problem this season, by the way, I think Arteta came out with the right tactics. He came out with the right shape. We hunted them down. We suffocated them. We pressed them on the back end and forced them into so many errors and maintained possession of the ball in the midfield. That seemed to be the plan from the get-go, and it worked for an hour until, the unjustified happened. And I think that was a bad decision by the ref. It'd be interesting to see what the fallout is going to be with all of this. But we got past it anyway. But it's just one of those excuses that have allowed us to not maintain any kind of form this season. Luckily, we got away with it in this game. There was another game as well when it happened, and we managed to get a 0-0 result. So, well done to that. I do agree that tactically we could have done a little bit more. And when I say a little bit more, I mean stopping the ball from coming in the box, but we weren't doing that even with 11 men. I didn't see it too much on Suarez's side, I've got to be honest. In fact, I didn't think Suarez played too badly today. He was going up front in the final third. 3 times he was able to beat a man and put a quality ball in the box, which Lacazette didn't do anything with. On one occasion, he could have connected with it and really punished the goalkeeper, but he didn't. I'm not going to punish Cedric for that performance, but I will say Tierney was completely off the mark today. He weren't stopping anything. His positioning was bad. Time and time again, the ball was being knocked over to the right, and I didn't even know where he was on the pitch. When you maintain a shape as a team, you should be able to look at the pitch and see where that a player is standing in his facility, and we know it is gap play. Where was he? I think it was Vincey at one point mentioned, where's Tierney? I can't even find him. I'm looking, where's the player?
Yeah, so, it was Tony. It was Tony.
Yeah, it was Tony. So at some point, it wasn't a good performance from him. But the team overall, especially, look, we talk about Xhaka and Partey in the midfield. They had to deal with a lot today because of the deficiencies of going down to 10 men. And I think before that, they had a decent game. A little bit sloppy in places, but especially Partey. I thought before that, they really grew into the game as it went on. But overall, the result is everything. You play. This is the thing. You play a game like Man City, which is your best performance of the season, and you lose. And then you play a game like this, where you've taken the game to Wolves for an hour. You've deserved that lead because of the way you played, the tactics that were in place, and whether some people might say Gabriel got lucky or not, but Lacazette did flick the ball on. You could see it in the replays. It's the only thing he really did effectively in the game, to be honest. And Gabriel was in that spot. He made the choice to make that run. He's in the right place at the right time, and he put the ball in the back of the net. Might have been scruffy, but you get that away goal, and that goal away from home changed the aspect of Wolves. Wolves then had to commit more men forward, and that's why Richard said, it was a helter-skelter scrappy, and that was because when you take a team out of their tactical standpoint, then you've got an advantage. It's like when you're a boxer, if you knock a guy down twice, then the points start to swing in your favor. So then you're then out of your balance. You're out of your whole game plan. You got to do something different. You got to go off the books, and that's what creates the game that we saw today. So
breaking news. James Harden's being swapped for Ben Simmons.
I thought so. I thought that was coming. I was monitoring that earlier on today, and we'll talk about that after the game. But I was monitoring it today, and it had to happen. It had to happen. Ebony, what's your thoughts on the game?
Well,
what's your thoughts?
Okay, well, in the half that I watched, I thought we played pretty well. We were passing the ball around. It was great movement and passing, and then Martinelli gets sent off, and then we almost capitulated. It was all Wolves. And you have to expect that, because if you're down...
Sorry, Ebony, can I pause you for a second? Just listen to Martin Keown.
To this Arsenal team. It did tonight. I thought the referee was pedantic with the decision. Obviously, Junior will have a different opinion, but I felt the Arsenal team responded. They put that anger into their play. They put it out there on the pitch and got what they needed.
Well, let's have a look at the red card in the second half. It did change the dynamics of the game. Martinelli sent off for the first time in his career for 2 yellows in 5 seconds. Julian, talk us through it and give us your thoughts.
Yeah, I think if you're looking at isolated incidents, I think that both yellow cards. I think the first one's slightly harsh, but again, if you assess it, he's going to feel hard done by that. He didn't get the foul, but then he's trying to prevent Wolves from taking the throw in and playing the ball forward. And if that was a free kick and an isolated incident, he's getting booked. The ref didn't know he was then going to go and make that decision to foul Cal in regards to slapping him getting forward. So I think
it's within Michael Oliver's gift to do that. It's within the laws of the game.
Yeah,
you very rarely see that. Whether he was getting fed up with succession of free kicks, he was getting niggly, but I just felt it was quite tough on the player, and he's going to be without. They're going to be without him now for another very important game. But they saw it through, and it didn't really matter on the night. But nonetheless, I thought it was pedantic from the referee. But referees up and down the country will have a different opinion. He can do that. Maybe it's a warning to players to be very careful in those situations.
Is it fair to be sent off for a second yellow when you don't even know that you're on the first?
Yeah, but we all knew he was going to be on the first. And that's the thing. He's reacting to his frustration of not getting a foul. And again, he's shown a bit of frustration by trying to stop Podence.
All right, we're not going to listen to Julian, because obviously he's got a biased view. But Martin Keown said it well. He said,
"Yeah, I agree.
That is this actually in the laws of the game?" He also said that, and to be honest, she said that he's made the decision to look like it's to make an example out of Arsenal, to tell other teams that this is what you shouldn't be doing. Now, when I hear something like that, it's frustrating, because then you would have essentially what you're saying is you wouldn't have done it, but you did it for a reason to make an advantage of the situation. Whether it was us or not, we were being used to be made, in terms of a situation, to going out to other teams to say this is something that you cannot do. However, the point was still made can you do that to a player? I think Tony's looking up the rule book now. Are you allowed to do that when a player doesn't even know he's been booked for a first yellow? I did point out and say that the first one was harsh. He does make the throw-in. It's not like if he stopped the throw-in by pushing the player, I would understand. But he actually makes a throw-in and he scuffs underneath his arm. So it's not even, he tries to push him, he doesn't. So is it even a yellow card?
But can I say, if I'm looking back at the game, how many fouls did Martinelli make where maybe the ref lost patience with him as a player making fouls? Because me personally, the first one is a petulant display by Martinelli, which if you want to turn around and say stop the game, give a yellow card for that, his hand's there. To go and do the second one straight afterwards, it's just stupid. On Martinelli's point, he's my client. I love him to death, but you made it easy for the ref in that situation. And at the end of the day, we've never seen it before, so we're all shocked to see 2 yellow cards given with advantage. But the player still made it easy the second chance. the second time.
Let me go through these comments, and then I got Ebony. You didn't finish off what you were saying, and then I'll go to the comments and I'll do player ratings.
I totally agree with Martin Keown. I thought the ref was far too pedantic. If a player doesn't know about the first yellow card, then how is he supposed to know? It was like yellow card for one foul, and the next thing is just like, okay, you push that player, we're going to give you a second yellow card in succession. He doesn't even know about the first. He doesn't even know about the first yellow card. It's pathetic, and this is the problem that we have with refereeing in the Premier League. It is so contradictive. It's all over the place, and I wouldn't even be surprised if there were any World Cup referees in the World Cup in December. It is abysmal. With regards to our performance, I thought we had to. We were on the ropes especially in the last 10, 15 minutes, because Wolves were coming at us. They saw our deficiency. They could have scored a goal. They did actually manage to score one, but it was offside. And I thought they were going to get an equalizer, a last-minute equalizer, but we held on, and that's what. And years ago, as I said, we would have actually capitulated. Had that been the case, and in actual fact, it was the case. When we played Man.
So, is that Jamaican streaming there that's making her freeze? I think it is.
I think she's.
All right, let's get straight into the comments, because you guys have been begging to get your say in. So let's hear what you're saying. Guna Matters, big shout out to you all the way from South Africa. Big respect to you. Richard says, well said, Apollo. Victor says he should have put in Lokonga rather than Holding. I think Holding was the right thing to do. The way the balls were coming into the box, Lokonga wouldn't have helped with that. And Rob Holding is second on the team in clearances behind Gabriel. Ashek says, hi guys, good victory, but do not want this mentality. Stalling the ball from the 65th minute. This is not Arsenal. Bro, after the 65th minute, we were down to 10 men against a quality team. Dan says, what's up guys? Dan, when are you coming on the stream, man? What's going on, up, my brother? My brother from another mother. How you doing, man? Loving your channel and your content. Guys, if you are not subscribed to Dan, please subscribe to his YouTube channel. Big respect to him. Victor says, we depend so much on wing crosses, no central pen, because we haven't got a striker. Kez, big shout out to you. Kez said, I told you it wouldn't end 0-0. Yeah, you did. You did say that, and there was going to be a winner. You did say that. I was happy that it ended up in our favor, Kez. Hidan says, the rules state a yellow card is shown by the referee that has officially been cautioned. A player who has been cautioned may continue playing the game. So he didn't show him the card then, Hidan. Yeah. He never showed him the card. So I'm trying to read up on this, and I can't see anywhere where it says you can't do it. But at the same time, what Idan is saying kind of makes sense, because I'm seeing the same thing. The yellow card is a caution. Yes.
So it tells you can no longer perform those kinds of acts, because the next time you do it, you will be sent off.
Get sent. Oh, right.
So you haven't received that first yellow. You don't know you're cautioned.
Exactly.
Right. So I think this is going to get overturned. I think they're going to talk. I think they're going to dispute this one, and I think it's going to get overturned. I don't see anything.
I don't think the ref knew what he was doing, to be honest.
Yeah, I agree. I think because we haven't seen it. I mean, who has seen this? I can't say I've seen something like this happen before. I'm really surprised that the referee did what he did. I'll come to the African Guna in a minute. Kez says, I think Martinelli was silly, but I have never seen a ref do that. Yeah, it's I've never seen a ref do it either. Kieran, big shout out to you. Let's go Keown making a lot of Arsenal red cards, not malicious. Emotional fouls, need to learn to control emotions. Yeah, I think Martinelli lost his head at that point, but if he knew he was cautioned for the first foul, he would not have shoved the guy in his back. And that, I'm sorry, they're going to have to go to the FA and overturn this. And the FA have got no leg to stand on with the rule book, which Dan has just said that the player has to be cautioned first.
Don't be too surprised if the FA don't overturn it.
Yeah,
because there's always an agenda against Arsenal.
Yeah, the yellow should be a warning. Everybody agrees. Said to check my email there. And Pepe said, Xhaka and Partey yellow cards in the first half scared me. Yeah, I agree. I thought I thought they were going to do something stupid. Richard said, in whom do you trust the most? Arteta, Gerrard, and Lampard. I trust Arteta, obviously, because I'm an Arsenal fan. But Gerrard, I didn't realise he was going to be doing what he's doing. But he ain't won anything yet. It's not like he's done anything. Yeah. Arteta got the team to well, he won the FA Cup, didn't he? He won the FA Cup Charity Shield, and he's putting them in a position to challenge for fourth place. Steven Gerrard is not. Steven Gerrard's got them Villa out of relegation. He's also got Coutinho, which we ain't got. So I think Gerrard's going to do well because Steven Gerrard's got that name as well. Players are going to want to play for him. So I think, but at the moment, I'm staying with Arteta. Ashek said red card was 69th minute, and we were playing passive much before that. Bro, we were 1-0 up against a team that had won 4 games in a row in the Premier League before that. We had pressed them into submission before that. In an away game, which, by the way, Ashik, away game was our kryptonite. Yeah, away game, something that we don't do very well with. And we showed tonight that is something that we can work on and improve on. And if we do that and maintain our home form, then Arsenal's going to have a very good run-in. Gouda says, I think Holding helped at the back four because they were too fatigued. Yeah, I agree, 100%.
Can I give, sorry, Apollo, sorry, just to give you a stat about Rob Holding's contribution. Rob Holding came on with, 15 minutes left in the game, and he contributed 9 clearances.
See what I mean?
Any other player on the pitch.
So great substitution. This is why, and you've got to look at Arteta for that. I actually didn't see him get on the field, but I said that's what needed to happen. So that's a good move from Arteta. Just 3 more comments, and I'll go to Lara Fagunguna. Kes says Arsenal have been brutalized by cards this season, and it's just inconsistent. It is. That's why I put the VAR table up where Arsenal are 4th place. Victor says Chelsea match postponed. Yeah, we weren't talking about Chelsea matches. Brentford next, and then it's Wolves at home. Vincey didn't Gerald in the Scottish Premier League Rangers. Yeah, we don't talk about the Scottish League. Who's this on Facebook before we go to another? It's James. James Hanbury says, sadly, I don't agree with the ref was wrong. We're going to have to see what the FA says about that. Martinelli deliberately tried to stop the throw-in illegally. He failed and then chased down the ball with red mist and took the player out illegally. Love his passion, but he lost his control. I do believe he lost his control, but I think the argument is, James, and I think we can all agree, is that if he knew he was cautioned, then he would never have pushed the player down behind his back. He just wouldn't have done it because he knew it would have been a red card. And that's what I think in regards to that situation. Look, let's see what the FA says. But I'm defending the player. I think he was loose-headed. I think it was rash. I think it was silly. But I don't think he would have done it if he knew he was being cautioned. Richard says Brentford revenge. I agree. Now, African Guna, you got the conch, and then we'll go into player ratings.
Cool. Hey everyone, lots of thoughts. I mean, the first one is obviously so happy with the 3 points. It's been 2 weeks without Arsenal, and life is just different when Arsenal's not in part of it. So I've been really craving this game. But I mean, around the 60th minute, I remembered why it's always good to have a break from Arsenal, because just that roller coaster of emotions, it's just like, I've never experienced something like that in any facet of my life, and so consistently that Arsenal does this to us. It was a great defensive performance. I want to give credit to it. And you guys know my feelings on Holding, but I agree. Even without hearing that stat from Tony, I mean, like, I could tell that he made a big difference when he came on. I'm really happy with the win, but I want to point out the fact that we only had 2 shots on target. I think we got lucky this game. Look, I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm not complaining. I'm not criticizing, but I'm being realistic as well. We can't be short-sighted. We have to look at long-term and also look historically. We've been struggling to create chances. And again, today, I mean, that was kind of a fluke. I don't want to say fluke goal, but I mean, That's the only way we can score, kind of like a knockdown and, you know what I mean, open goal, and we put it in, and then the rest of the time we're just defending. We're not creating enough chances, and this goes back to us not signing the right players in the window, right? So for me, I'm really happy with the win, but this is going to continue. Like, this is a common theme that I've said we've had since Emery days. It's not just Arteta days. Since Ozil was out of the team, we were always been asking for a creative midfielder that's going to open and create chances for us. I mean, Lacazette missing that one-on-one again. I mean, come on, man. You got to be that. Vlahovic is finishing. I mean, like any top striker. I mean, even Walcott may be finishing that. I mean, and that's, for me, it's a big deal for me to say that, right? So just really disappointing in that. I think in terms of Martinelli, look, yeah, I mean, he has too much passion, and he let his passion get to him. Look, when he was running back with that aggressiveness, I saw him make the foul on the throw-in, and I was like, oh, that's bad. It's probably going to be a yellow.
Do you know why he did that? Because he felt he was fouled. If you look at the player comes across his shoulder,
but you
and
can't
then he goes down.
Yeah, but you can't do that. Yeah, I agree.
Your own retribution.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, but so, I'm just saying the reason why he retaliated is because he felt he should have had a foul.
So I saw him chasing the player down, and I was like, and he was going. You could see his sprint. He was determined, and I was just like, just don't foul him. Don't just don't make a silly foul. And he just shoved him right over it. But I mean, I really think there's some biasness against Arsenal. I mean, there's just no way. I mean, it's even in the beginning, Wolves were making fouls, no yellow cards. I think as soon as Thomas Partey's first foul, yellow card straight like that, and I'm like, what? Are you kidding me? That's his first foul. So I mean, I really think that there needs to be an investigation to see what's going on, because there's something going on here. It just doesn't make any sense. But yeah, I mean, defended really well. But again, my main point is, we can't create enough chances. We're gonna struggle in future games. So we really need to be working on this. For me, my thought process is, what have we been doing in Dubai? Why aren't we working on this in training? I get we don't have the players, right? But still, at some point, you have to be working on something, because we haven't seen any change in terms of creativeness in the last 3 months. Look, we had a great December, and I think we played a bit of, weaker teams, and that's why we were creating a bit more. And now we're playing again, I guess, tougher teams, and we're seeing back to the old Arsenal that we can't create, and we're just score one goal, maybe a lucky goal or maybe a great goal, and then just defend for our lives, and then just counterattack. And I mean, that's 4 red cards in 6 games. Oh my God. I mean, I don't remember the last time I've ever seen Arsenal get so many red cards. And I have to say, Xhaka, again, I'm sorry, he had a good clearance on the line today. He did some really good headers as well. I'll be fair to him. But again, the classic fouls, he should have gotten 2 yellows as well. And at the end of the first half, he pulled a man down. It should have been a yellow.
Yeah, that was silly.
Another yellow. So I don't understand why Arteta didn't pull him out. I was crying for Elneny. Why the F are we bringing in Ketia? Look, I get it. He's going to run and he's going to chase down in the front and lead the press and whatever, the defending from the front. But I feel like Xhaka is just too much of a liability. And I also would say Partey as well. Either of them. I wanted one of them to just be substituted, because I was so afraid that we were just going to get another yellow leading to a red. And the last point I want to make on Martinelli is, look, I mean, it was silly, right? He needs to mature. It'll become part of his game. This Alexis Sanchez. He's just so passionate. It wasn't dirty. Yeah. It's not that he had the intention to hurt a player or whatever. It was just out of pure passion and frustration that he made that error and lack of judgment. And I think over time he'll grow and he'll hopefully iron this out of the game. But what I want to say is that I will take that Martinelli red card every day compared to a red card that Xhaka gets. There's such a difference between the 2 red cards, and I'm so acceptable. Not because I love Martinelli. It could have been any player that did the same thing and got a red card that way. I would put my hands up and be like, look, that's pure out of passion, and and I'm not going to be upset about that. So, yeah, I mean, I agree. The red card needs to be overturned, and hopefully he can play next game. But if not, we have Smith Rowe, right? So yeah.
Okay, guys, let me kick it off, and then I'll go around the table. So I'm going with Aaron Ramsdale with an 8. He's my joint man of the match with Gabriel. I don't think he had much work to do in his distribution, because Wolves didn't start coming at us until 20 minutes after the game. And before that, we pretty much manhandled them with the tactics that Arteta implemented with the press and the midfield constantly winning the ball back for most of the game. And that's what put Arsenal in a position to win today. And I'll talk about the manager at the end when I talk about his grade. But for me, I think when the going gets rough and the tough get going, Ramsdale stepped up. 2 double saves. 2. There was 2 instances where he made double saves. And just I was concerned because I got to be honest, his last 3 games, he's been iffy. His last 3 games, he wasn't Aaron Ramsey. We know the team was starting to wobble a little bit. And the worst thing was our form was disappearing. So it was a bit strange to see Aaron Ramsdale, especially against Liverpool in them 2 Carabao Cups. It's just like, what's actually going on there? So, yeah, I was concerned about him, but I thought today he played really well and he bailed us out. He's as much as a person who won this game as Gabriel was. So, for me, he gets an 8. Suarez, I thought he had a decent game. I know Tony said he was letting a lot of crosses going through his side. I saw a couple, especially when they went down to 10 men. But before that, I thought he was pretty steady and I thought he had delivered some quality crosses in the box, which he really should have had an assist on one of the crosses where Lacazette just didn't even make an effort for it. But I thought he was okay. I thought he was okay today. Ben White, I thought defensively he was solid. He stood his ground. I actually thought he got the assist for the goal and not Lacazette. But there you go. It was his header that brought the ball back in, which made Lacazette tip it on, and the goalkeeper clashed into Lacazette and then it laid it on for Gabriel. But I just thought he had a solid game. And his positioning he just looked composed. And his technical ability as well. There was 2 instances where Wolves was pressing us and he saw the hole and he just went through it. That you can see Wolves started to crowd the flanks on the press. He saw the seas part and Ben White just took off. And it was funny. It was like Wile E. Coyote running off the cliff and being left with air underneath him when chasing Roadrunner. You know, Ben White just left 4 Wolves players pressing us and said, I'm going into the midfield. I'll see you lot later. And that's just smart, intelligent composure by Ben White. Gabriel, joint man of the match for me, 8 out of 10. Defended solid. When I said at the end of the game, guys,
Arteta's talking, right?
Oh, turn it up so we can hear it.
On what you have to do between now and the end of the season. We have to go game by game, and every game is going to be extremely difficult for different reasons. And there are small margins to win games or not to. And we have to keep improving. And we know that our reality is the next game, and that's all. But we know what we're going to get.
And you've not got long to wait till your next game. Just 2 days before Chelsea away.
Sorry?
You've not got long to wait for your next day.
Yeah, that is what happens.
Yeah. Just a final thought about the sending off. You've already mentioned it. What was going through your mind when you saw the referee bring out a yellow and then indicate it was going to be another yellow straight after?
I've never seen that. Since I've been 18 years, I think, in this country, I've never seen something like it.
Thanks for your time, Mikel. Well done.
Sorry, a slight error there. Chelsea, of course, are competing in the Club World Cup, so they're not going to be playing that fixture.
I missed what he said.
Okay, so he was just talking about he's never seen the red card as well.
I heard that part.
And then he was talking about the schedule and how important the win was. And he also made a comment that we've got Chelsea in 2 days, and it's like that. Everyone knows that's been postponed, so that was very odd.
No, it was just an error that he made. He corrected it.
Yeah, it's strange. So, guys, I was on Gabriel. So, Kieran Tierney, guys, I'm going to give him a 4. I didn't think... Look, most of Wolves, and I'm talking about 80% of their attacking threat came from his side. He looked to me ragged, indecisive. He wasn't closing down crosses. He wasn't even in the position to close down crosses. Very unusual because I haven't seen him play like that in a very long time. And so I can just put it down to just lack of matches, I guess, or he didn't have a good game today. Very, very poor. Lack of sharpness, getting turned, twisted, every which way. Poor game. He's lucky I don't give him a 3. Yeah, I'm only giving him a 4 because he didn't cost us. And so we move on to Thomas Partey. Thomas Partey, very interesting because I didn't think he started the game well in the first 10 minutes, but he looked quite a bit sharp after that, had some very well kept balls in possession in the midfield, played with confidence, not what we saw literally on the back end of last year. And he liked to get forward. There was a bit of pace in his game. And remember when Bertram says he had old man legs? He didn't look like he had old man legs tonight. And defensively, he did his job. Managing the play coming through the middle in transition, I thought he did well there. So I'm going to give him a solid 7 today. Martin Odegaard, boy, when this guy gets started, Arsenal just look a threat. As I said to you guys before, in the last 2.5 months, since the beginning of November, he has led all midfielders with chances created. That's how important this guy is to us. He is the single most factor in Arsenal's gameplay in their attacking football. It's Martin Odegaard. And when he turns it on...
What did he do today? I just want to hear it. From your perspective, what did he do?
So you didn't see the slip ball he played to Saka?
Yeah, but 1 or 2 slip balls. But I mean, he wasn't really involved in the game at all for me, and that's why he was subbed off. I'm not saying he had a bad game. I don't think he had anything special. No,
he was subbed off because of the way how the game had turned. And today he played through some quality balls again today. The combination passes with Saka.
He was trying to make passes by nutmegging.
I'll let you get to that. I'll let you get to that when you do your ratings. The triangle passes and combinations he was playing with Cedric and Saka on that side in the first half, they were fantastic and a joy to watch. And everything that we do goes through Odegaard. And again, today, a lot of comments as well coming from you guys in the chat, was another performance indicative by how important he is to us. So he gets a 7.5 for me. Saka, I thought Saka tailed off in the second half. It wasn't as impressive. In the first half, he was dynamite. Everything that Saka did, I thought, was fantastic and really showed why, sometimes you think he has a quiet game and then he gives you some nutmegs. There was one stage he beat 2 players and put a quality ball into the box, which I think Lacazette should have done better with. But I think a lot of Arsenal's best moments came through Odegaard and Saka in the first half when they combined on the right-hand side. So, again, solid game for him. I give him a 7. Martinelli, just going to give him a 4. And that was just for he would have got a 7 if not for the red card, just because of what happened. It's just lunacy. It's just 5 seconds of lunacy there. But I don't think in his defense that he would have got sent off if he knew that he was being cautioned before. So I can't say too much about that. Lacazette, guys, I'm going to give a 5. I thought he was wasteful. He's getting a 5 because he got an assist. If he didn't get the assist, he would have got a 4. But
Bertram would kill. Bertram would kill you if he was on this to say, "How do you call that an assist?"
Yeah, I know, but that's what they gave him. I challenge it the same as you, Tony and Vincey. But I had to relook at it when they was explaining it, and he does get he sticks out his left foot, and he does get a touch on it, but it's weak. And his overall play was poor. His hold up was poor. Every time he got bodied by a centre back, he hit the floor. His interlink passes, which he's normally known well for, to combine him with these young players. I didn't see that today, and he missed a glorious opportunity 1-on-1 just after Arsenal went down to 10 men. He had the opportunity to put the game 2-0 up, and he flushed these lines. Didn't even hit the target. Terrible. I should really give him a 4, but he only gets a 5 because of that assist. Manager gets a 7. The most important thing about today was, after our horrible performances in January, it was, how is you going to prepare your team to come out and play tonight away from home against one of the most informed teams in the league? And he done that. He got them ready. He got them prepared. Tactically, they got it right in the first half. I know it all went to shit in the second half, but as I said, we had to be men. We had to be gladiators. We had to be assassins. And we just had to throw hell for leather to get this win over the bar, which they did. But I love the way the manager approached this game, and the players, the way that they took control of this game, because Wolves, me and Vincey said it after an hour before the sending off, they didn't create a really good single chance. I can't think of one chance that they had where Arsenal was really under pressure from Wolves. So with a quality team like Wolves, I think we've done something we haven't done well all season, and that is play away, win away from home. And you've done that, at a crucial time where you need to make the charge for top 4, and by doing that, he's put himself now within a point behind West Ham, 2 games in hand. And really, somebody made a comment on the chat that if you win those 2 games in hand, you're actually 2 points behind Chelsea. 2 points behind Chelsea. So it's look, a great win for the manager. As much as we chastise Arteta, and we do, we've got to also give him kudos when he brings it. And tonight he brought it. I thought the team were well prepared. I was expecting probably to see a team lethargic, no effort, no desire, just like in the second game against Liverpool in the Carabao Cup. But what I saw was a team that was organised. They hunted well, they pressed, they won the ball back in the midfield, and that was the key to us winning today. So that's me, guys. Vincent, you got the conch.
Can I just defer to the African Guna because he said he needs to go, and then I'll go after him.
Oh, all right, okay. I didn't realise he needed to go. So African Guna, you go.
Cool. Yeah, I agree. I think tied man of the match, Ramsdale and Gabriel. I mean, the point I want to make about Ramsdale is when we signed Czech, we always said that we signed him because he was going to save us some points. And I don't think he really did that. I think Ramsdale's the first goalkeeper that I really feel like at the end of the season, we're going to look back and say, like, this guy saved us so many points. And today, as you said, Apollo, I mean, double saves all around, especially in that second half. I mean, yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head. Like, he was quite shaky in the past 3 games before this game. And I think I gained some confidence in him. So he had a great performance. 8. Cedric, I think 6.5 is a bit high. I'm going to give him a 6. I think he did really well in terms of, what I was expecting. I think he was strong. He could do a little bit better in some situations, but I think considering his game time, he did quite well. White, I'm going to give 6. I don't think he was that great, to be honest. There was that one foul he made where he came across the player. It could have been a yellow card in the first 15, 20 minutes, and I just thought it was a reckless challenge. I think he did well otherwise. Gabriel, so strong, man. And this guy is reminding me of Koscielny. He's scoring so many goals. I don't remember the last time we had a center back that was scoring so many goals for us. And Gabriel's really shining right now, scoring all these goals. So it's great to see. And this rating is for Bertram on Tierney. I totally see what he's been telling me, over the last few years. I did see Tierney got killed today on that. I mean, I don't think everything came on that left side, but yeah, he got messed around with a bit by Prudence, right? So I think he could have done a little bit better, but I think he gives it his all. He never gives up. Even when he gets beat and stuff, he's still outstretching, putting a leg out to stop the cross. So it's great to see. I'm going to give Tierney a 5. Xhaka, I'm not going to rate. Partey, I'm going to give a 6. I think look, I don't know if it's because he's playing with Xhaka or, there's just something that doesn't feel right with him. There's certain moments where you see he's just so dominant. There was this one moment I remember in the second half where they pressured him and he made a move where he was pretending he was going to pass back and he just dummied all of them. He made them look so stupid. And I was like, wow, that's what I want to see. But he just doesn't do it consistently enough for me. I think he's getting even these yellow cards. I don't expect him to get all these silly yellow cards, even though I don't think that it was a yellow card. He needs to somehow manage a bit better because he's getting too many cards for me and it puts us under pressure because out of the 2, he's the one who needs to make the fouls. Xhaka can't make the fouls because this guy's just going to get a red card. So, yeah. So, for me, he played well, but I just want him to step up another gear. So, yeah, I'm going to give him a 6.5. I think Apollo, you're quite biased on Odegaard. And just for me, I think today he didn't do much for me. He wasn't part of the game. A couple of times in the first half, he was trying to make a pass. He was trying to nutmeg the player. He was trying to make a pass by nutmegging the Wolves player. And I'm like, just play it simple. We don't need to do that. There's no need for it. I think Saka tried to do it a couple of times as well. He succeeded on one of them. But when we're 0-0, it's not like we're 3-0 up. We shouldn't be doing these things. We need to score our goals, focus, play simple, defend, do all the traditional classic things. We don't have to play fancy football. And for me today, I feel like he tried to be too fancy. And I also feel like he didn't get on the ball as much for me. Look, defensively, he does his work.
I was just about to mention that. I was about to say to you, right,
I see him running.
Right. Won the ball back 4 times.
I see him pressing and stuff, but I want more creativity from him, I don't know. I feel like there's something missing for me. I just want a little bit more from him. So I'm gonna give him a 6.5.
You want more creativity out of the Premier League's most creative player in the
Yeah,
last 2
but I mean, come on, Apollo. Like, you know, I'm watching. I'm not looking at statistics. I'm saying based
I
off
respect
the game,
you. I respect you,
yeah.
bro.
And I'm curious. You know, I'm gonna watch it back on replay. I'm curious to see what everyone else says about Odegaard. But for me today, he wasn't in the game. And when he got subbed, I totally understood it, because for me it was quite obvious that like he wasn't having the impact, and we just needed fresh legs. You know, nothing against.
You gotta
him,
say it how you see it. You gotta say it how you see it, bro.
absolutely.
Respect to that. Respect to that.
For me, Saka, I would say 6.5. I think, that run that he made, if we scored that goal, if Laka scored that goal, it would have been goal of the season, definitely.
How many chances did Laka get today?
So many. And I just like, it's gone to the point where it's just like, I don't really like, you know, I don't really want to give him more chances. It is what it is. It's what we have, and you just like,
you lot are forcing me to change my grade to a 4, you know.
So yeah, I think Saka, you know, he was, you know what I want to say about Saka? I think we underrate his physical development. He's gotten so strong, and the way he holds the ball, it's incredible.
Done. Sorry guys, Lacazette's getting a 4. I'm done. I'm not taking any of this shit.
Yeah. So for me, I think I'm really impressed with Saka and the way he's like, I mean, he's a young kid, and he's holding off pros, you know, like you got to have a lot of strength for that. I mean, he rolled a player like 3 times, and I was like, damn, that guy was holding him.
Yeah, and when they doubled up on him as well, man.
Yeah, you got to be strong to be able to hold the play and just be able to keep dummying a player. I'm really, really excited to see what he grows to. I mean, right now, I think he's definitely a 100 million player. He's our most valuable player in our team, to be honest.
Agreed. Yeah.
Martinelli, I feel like 4 is quite harsh, because, you know, if we're going by the law, like it should have been a red. So do we really blame? You know, do we really knock him down that much? I mean, that run he made where Lacazette couldn't keep up, and he literally, it was like reminiscent of Chelsea. Like there was like 6 players around him, and he was just going. He's so direct. So we just don't have anybody like that in our team. You know, Saka, he's direct, but he dribbles a bit. You know, Martinelli is just he just runs. There's no.
I agree. Yeah.
Or you know, step overs, and he's just going. He's like, catch me if you can. You gotta pull me down, otherwise I'm going straight on goal. And that's what I love about Martinelli. So I'm gonna give him a 5, a 5.5. As we said, like 100% Apollo. We know that he's a smart enough player to know that if he was on a yellow card, he would not have made that shoulder charge, because he would have known that he was gonna nail the yellow. So I think it was a bit unfair, and hopefully we get that overturned. Like I said, I'm giving a 3. I mean, look. I said before the game that I didn't want him to drop too deep, and I feel like really he's too slow. You know, Saka and Martinelli can't really, like, we can't do much because they're faster than him. So I mean, he's not there for the wingers to pass and bounce off of. He is in the like middle half of the pitch, but in the front part of the pitch, he isn't. And as you said, Apollo, he was flopping on the ground like a little baby. I mean, you know. There was one time where Neves got that yellow card. Yeah, he did well there. He got there way before him. But other times he was just flopping on the ground. Even in the penalty box, there was a time where he got the ball 3 times, and I was like, shoot, like find space, just you know.
Oh my God!
And he kept passing
it. So frustrating.
Like we're gonna score a long range shot, and I think we really missed that opportunity. But for me, the killer was at the end. You know, you're the captain. You're the most experienced player on this team. Aubameyang's gone. We're expecting you to kill the game in an extreme moment of pressure. Extreme moment of pressure. We were under so much pressure, and we got a gift. And it was a one-on-one on his right foot. It wasn't even his left foot, nothing. It was on his right foot. The angle was perfect for the R1 finesse. I mean,
African Guna. He's averaging a goal every 4 games, which means if the season ends on his current form, he'd have scored 8 or 9 league goals. He's worst ever at Arsenal.
Yeah, look, he's finished. He's dead. You know, he's dead food, as you like to say. He's really dead food. Like, we just got to move on. Like, it's over, you know. We're just going to it's like Elneny as well. You know, like, these are characters at Arsenal that, like, I don't hate. I respect because they've been at the club for long and they've tried their best, but they're just not good. So it's like, cool, you know, I want to see you do as well as you can for the rest of the season. And then au revoir, man. Best of luck in your future. Like, that's pretty much what it is at this point with him. So So yeah, I'm gonna give him a 3, and Arteta, I'm gonna give a 7. I don't know if you guys noticed, by the way, when Nketiah was coming on, he was pulling Nketiah because Nketiah he was eager to come on, and Arteta was trying to time waste. He was like, dude, come here, no, don't, like, you know, we were trying to waste as much time as possible. So I like that from Arteta. I want to see that type of management. But for me, I think again the substitutions, I really was thinking we should have taken. I think we got lucky. You know, I think Partey and Xhaka. You know, I was really thinking we were going to get another red card. And I was saying strategically as a manager, I would take one of them off. Like, what's the point of risking it? Yes, the quality would reduce, but we were just defending. I mean, I didn't see us really going for another goal, to be honest. My tactic was just, okay, second half, we just sit back with 11 men and we defend and we counterattack. So I just want to see more intelligence from him, especially with players like Xhaka, when you know, like, this clown can't help himself. Look, as we said, he should have had a red card anyways, regardless. He made a couple of really bad fouls. So, look, you got the points. And as we said, it's all about the results. So, really, you can't, you know, you hold your hands up. You say you got the results. So, you know, kudos to you. Can't really say much. But I said it before at the beginning when I jumped on. I'm really worried that in the next couple of games, we're going to struggle to create. And we won't get lucky like today where the ball fell to us when Lacazette tried to shoot and then we tapped it in. You know, we're not going to get that every game. And I don't see where the goals are going to come from. And I think we're going to get a lot of draws, to be honest. I see a lot of draws coming up for us. I hope not, but I'm worried about it. But we have games in hand, so hopefully we win them. And yeah, I mean, it's early birthday present for me, so I'm really happy that Arsenal made my week. My birthday's on Saturday, so this was
mine's on the 27th. Happy birthday to you, bro.
Thank you. Yeah, so this is all I was asking for, and I can't be any happier.
Nice. Excellent. So before we go to Vincey, let's go to some of the guys.
It's
all right, nice one. Thanks for joining us, man.
Cheers, guys. South Africa, man. Take it easy. Happy birthday, man.
Yeah, happy birthday. Enjoy, mate. G says Ramsdale. Jesus is given Ramsdale a 9, Cedric 7, White 7, Gabriel 8. So Ramsdale, he gave. I think Tony mentioned Ramsdale as well as man of the match. Tierney 3, Xhaka 5, Partey 7, Odegaard 8, Saka 7, Martinelli 3, Lacazette 4, Arteta 8.
I think Kez.
Yeah. Kez, Ramsdale 8 as well. Ramsdale getting big up here. So is Cedric. Cedric 7, White 7.5, Gabriel 8, Tierney 5, Xhaka 6, Partey 7. Partey's got 3 7s. Odegaard 7.5, Saka 6.5, Martinelli 5, Arteta again. That's 3 7s for Arteta. Bertram has said 7.5. Who's that for? But he was on the preliminary quite a bit. The African happened to be a son to the. I'm not sure who the 7.5. Maybe he's talking about Arteta.
No, I think it's your rating of either Saka or Odegaard, I think.
Oh, I think it was Tierney.
Okay, all right.
I think it's Tierney.
It might be. There's not a name there, so I'm not sure who it is. Vincey, you got the conch.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to move too far from your ratings here. I thought Ramsdale was outstanding today. I agree with a 9. I was probably going to go with an 8.5, but I can understand why someone can give him a 9 because without him, we would have been battered in that second half. So for me, 8.5 for Ramsdale. I think Cedric did well. At first I was saying, okay, no Tomiyasu, Cedric's got to play, but he kind of handled himself quite well today. So I'll give him 6.5. It's not a bad score there. I'll give Ben White probably a 7. I'd agree with 7 for White. Gabriel, definitely an 8. You know,
do we all agree we could give Rob Holding a 7 as well?
Definitely. You know,
maybe even a 7.
Yeah, that was a good substitution, bringing him on. But I think we needed more to actually stop the crosses. So Tierney, definitely, I'd probably give a 3 today. I've never seen him be so
bad,
so poor. You know, it just I'd give him a 3. and I don't think it's harsh in giving him a 3. He just didn't look. I don't know what was up, but he didn't look himself at all. Xhaka, I'll probably give a 6. As the African Gunner said in the first half, it was a great clearance that he did. Very much needed in a box, which could have quite easily gone for a goal. I'll give him a 6. I wasn't really impressed with our midfield at all today. So I'll give both Xhaka and Partey a 6. Yes, Partey's come back from the AFCON. He could be fatigued, but, we need more. We definitely need more in midfield. Odegaard, he plays some nice football. And that's part of his game. So, yes, it's nice to see. But again, it's how does that link up with our strikers? And Odegaard made a beautiful pass through for Saka, and we need to see more of that. I won't go as high as a 7.5, but I'll give him a 7 for me with Odegaard. Saka, I'd agree with that rating of 7. And again, it's understanding how Saka's progressed. This is his 3rd season now, and we're now to see a guy grow into as Tony regards as his man body. He's starting to get into some serious strength in there, and he's improving his skill on the ball. And we liked his play in that first half, when he was dribbling past a few guys, falling on the ground, and still having the strength to get up. And if he can continue like that, he's going to be, as I said, I already said he's 100k, 100 mil player, and I wouldn't sell him. I definitely wouldn't sell him at all. Martinelli, McLaren, I'm a bit disappointed with him with the yellow cards. I'll probably give him a 5 today. Probably not a 4, but that's something he's got to learn. That's what he's got, full of exuberance. But he made it easy for me, for the ref to give him yellow cards. Lacazette, I agree, definitely a 3 today. This is your captain of the game, and he looked. Yes, he was running around, but I need my captain when he's got opportunity to score to at least hit the target, make the keeper save. Yes, he put himself in a dangerous position to get what is classed as an assist for the goal, but when he had the opportunity put through, to help.
That was it, man. A striker just needs one chance to shine, just one.
But unfortunately, if we're honest as Arsenal fans, this is a trait of Lacazette. He needs chances to score, and this is the frustration that we have, and I guess most French supporters have, because if he was more clinical, he'd be playing for the national team. So, I'd definitely give him a rating of 3. I'd give Arteta a 7.5 today. I think it was a very good substitution with Holding. But I think Tierney, as poor as he was, he needed some help out there. So I know he brought an Emil Smith-Rowe on, but, Emil Smith-Rowe to hold the ball up or to dribble with the ball on the right-hand side. But Cedric had a good enough game. I thought Tierney needed more help on the left-hand side, and you probably could have had that with Tavares as the outlet to help out Tierney, which would have probably cut down some of those crosses that Holding had to make, because it was just ping pong at one stage. And as I say, that's not good tactics with the formation. And having Nketiah coming on, he didn't really do anything. It's not his fault, but it's because of the nature of the way how the game was going. So,
I think Kulke actually mentions, he says, Eddie literally couldn't give a toss. Head's gone already.
Yeah,
I wouldn't like to label that on him, but
yeah, I mean, it was as a substitution. If you're going to put a striker on, how is he going to fit in with how the team's playing? And we just had no foothold in the game. It was just ping pong. So,
and remember, he's not started a single game this season in the league. Not one.
Yeah, and for me, again, that's down to Arteta. You say week in, week out that Tavares can play right back, but I've never seen Arteta put him in the right back position. So it's
he's played there twice, but both on subs, both in sub appearances for Arsenal.
Okay,
he's not started at right back.
So then it's the confidence. How much confidence does Arteta have in Tavares in those situations where he's going to, you know what, if Tierney's on the cosh and you still need to keep him on, how are you going to protect him? Because you can't protect him with Xhaka because he doesn't have the pace. You know, it showed in the Man City game where he was in there as a cover and he got the yellow card. So it's down to Arteta to have confidence in Tavares because he can bring that ball out and help the team out in an attacking situation. And, you know, I want to add another rating for entertainment. I'll probably give the game a 5 for entertainment. It's good to see Arsenal back playing football. It's a tough away game. We got the result. But our football, I'll give a rating of 5 today.
And while you're doing that, I'm just quickly looking at the here we go. Right. So before this game, guys, Arsenal had played 11 games away. Actually, they played 10 games away, drawed 7, won 2. Is that right? No, that's not right. Sorry, I'm looking over the different team. Before today's game, Arsenal had played 10, won 4, drawed 1, and lost 5 away from home. And a lot of that was against teams. A lot of those 4 wins was against teams in the bottom half of the table. So they didn't really do well against teams at the top half. The Man United game was the most frustrating for all of us because everybody was beating Man United, and not just Man United, but it was Everton as well. Everton had not won in like 12 games. We go to Goodison Park and then Everton walk all over us. It was embarrassing. So the away form has always been the problem, and today was a completely different outcome to that. So very good. Bertram, before we go to Tony, Bertram says we won, so we should be happy, but the type of performance is important if we want to make top 4. And I think if you never watched the game and somebody said to you, oh, you know, Arsenal who didn't win a game in January and they played Wolves who won their last 4 and even won at Old Trafford, and Arsenal went down to 10 men after 60 minutes and they still won 1-0. I think if you'd have summarized the game in that respect, then the type of performance to go there and win 1-0, regardless of whether players played well or players played bad, it's the overall picture. You won the game. So that's why, that's in anything, Bertram, I would turn that around and say that is actually why you would make top 4. Because you can go away to a team like Wolves, second best defense, fourth best overall in terms of goals allowed, and still after 1 hour play with 10 men and come away with 3 points. I don't think did anybody here think we were going to win this game before kickoff? Ebony?
I thought we were going to draw at least.
Yeah, that's what I thought. What I thought. So if this is what we're showing in a game like this today, Bertram, I think it's actually what will make us qualify for top 4. But you know my thoughts already. I didn't get this team to qualify for anything. Mark says, one thing I love about this group and of people is that everybody can have different opinions and know that is respected. Agreed. That is 100%. Kuke then takes a dig in about Xhaka. We ain't got the time for that, Kuke. Let's have a look. Before we go to Tony, G says, Mark, despite our recent failings, I find that we've become a team that are grinding out results more often than losing the plot in the past. The lack of quality with Laka and Nketiah will show in our remaining games against Spurs, United and Chelsea. And that's, I think, where the Martinellis, the Smith-Rowes, the Odegaards, the Sakas, I think that's where they will have to show, as Tony would say, their mettle, because they are the leaders of this team. And leaders have to lead by example. Look at Coutinho. How many goals, Coutinho and assists has he had? He only been there last month. And the man can't stop scoring for Villa. So, and he's not a striker. So it's dependent on your the most talented players have got to step up in the biggest games. So against Spurs, United and Chelsea, I want to see performances from those young Haaland, plus Odegaard and Martinelli, from our best players. That's what I want to see. And Bertram has long talked about Liverpool, their front three players are their most creative players and things like that. And Arsenal now, I can see, with the exception of Lacazette, I can see him moulding that sort of message into the creativity with Saka, Martinelli, Odegaard, Smith-Rowe. That's where it's coming from. And regardless that you have a striker that's not playing well, Chelsea won the Champions League without a striker. Man City won the league without a striker. So if you can get into that sort of mold where you can then add a striker on top of it in the summer, then that's fine. But for now, we need you to everyone to play their part.
What a shame we don't have the same kind of mettle as the teams without strikers.
Yeah, but again, those teams have played together for. I mean, Chelsea's 200 million team was put together that won the Champions League when they sold Hazard, and they were a good team before that. So we're just not that yet, because we had half of our team is composed of 6 players we bought last year, with the exception of Tavares. All of them guys are playing a part. Tomiyasu wasn't in it today. He was missed. But this bodes well for the summer next season. Vincey.
I know you did a good comparison there with Coutinho. He just turned up. And it makes me think, well, Gerrard's managed to integrate Coutinho into the team, into his formation, and he's getting productivity from him, and he's scoring and assisting.
Yeah, he's on a different level, man.
Yeah, so I asked the question, should we be expecting, I know you're saying that, okay, we need our Haaland boys to be stepping up. Yeah. And I think our Haaland boys are stepping up when given the opportunity, but should we not be expecting more from Arteta and Odegaard based on the formation that he's getting the team playing, and Odegaard stamping himself on his authority on the team with goals and assists? Because, I think the youngsters are doing great, but I'm thinking, well, Coutinho's stepping in and he's producing. I think we need to. Is it wrong to?
So you're 100% right, and this discussion is always going to end with the players are new, they're young. The technical director and scout Edu is new in his role. Arteta's new in his role. It's come one, come all. It is the whole package. They are growing together and moving forward together, and that's where I see it. And this thing, whether they get back into Europe this year, it will be a combination of everything that is improving. And so your question is probably the most valid among our entire fan base. And the answer to that is digressing and finishing less than 8th is the wrong way to go. Those are trends we don't want to see. Those are trends as fans we cannot accept. And at the moment, as we sit here, those aren't the trends we're seeing. We're seeing Edu, who is someone we have all never respected. We've always said, let's see what he can do. Well, you know what? He can do pretty well, because those players he brought in last summer are all carrying this team. And on top of that, Arteta, with all of his deficiencies, and he has a lot, Arteta is pushing this challenge for 4th place or 6th place, whichever you want to look at it. The players on the pitch, they're doing the job. They're not turning up late for practice. They're not turning up late from international break. They're not, the majority of them, with the exception of Martinelli today and Gabriel, most of the red cards are coming from elsewhere, but I digress. It's the performances on the team that are winning games, and that the majority of that is coming from the young players. So in unison, they're all moving forward together, and that is what I love to see. And that, I don't think that is looked at in the fan base as something which is actually a thing. A lot of fans are picking at certain players, or picking at certain positions, or whether that's Edu, or whether that's Arteta, or whether that's a player on the pitch, or whether that. But they all go together. They all win together. They all succeed together. This whole movement, this 3-year plan, this trust the process, everything is in unison. And Whether when or if they succeed, it will be because of those reasons, because of all those different factors. If Edu finding the right players, Arteta having the right setups, having the right tactics, and the players fulfilling the philosophies and doing what we know that they can do on the pitch, and that's how it will always be. My concern is we still have little issues which Bertram is bringing up. Why not get Pepe on the pitch instead of Nketiah? So little things like that are not going to help the situation. But I digress. Tony, you got the conch. You're on mute, Tony.
Oh, there we go. Okay, so listen, there's been a lot of things said. I agree with some of it. I disagree with some of it. I'm just going to take this as a joyful moment in time where we can rejoice on 3 points well earned, because we fought hard for this victory.
Yeah.
We fought hard. Everybody worked hard, including people who you don't want to name their names. Everybody worked hard. I didn't even want to do ratings now. I just feel like, you know what? It's weird. The channel I'm watching has decided to put on an hour's worth of Ian Wright goals. And I'm just like, Jesus Christ, what we would give to have this guy playing right now. I'm watching this guy, and all they're doing is just showing Ian Wright goals. And I'm like, this guy could score from anywhere. Left foot, right foot, in the box, out the box, right wing, take on 3 players, chips. I'm like, fuck, what I wouldn't give for this guy right now.
Oh, God, could you imagine if we had that in the summer? Could you imagine if we get something like that in the summer?
I'm just like, I mean, Lacquer is Lacquer. His highlight reel would look like...
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
It's depressing, isn't it?
Don't do it, man.
Lacquer reminds me of Russell Westbrook. He means well, but...
Stop it. Oh, dear.
I'm not going to... I've been a big Lacquer fan.
Okay. Anyway.
I've been a big fan. It's the end of the road for the player, and we all know, he knows he's got to move on. We know he's got to move on.
Yeah.
And that's where we are with it.
Oh,
my frustration is this guy's already told you that he can score 1 in 4 this season. My frustration is, why don't you give Eddie a chance? You've not started him once this season.
Yeah.
The guy is averaging a goal every 71 minutes. Why are you playing him for 10 minutes on the pitch every?
Because I don't think he rates him personally.
And I've got to come here and look at all of you lot talking about how Nketiah can't get it done. When put him on the pitch to start a game and let's see what he can do. It is so frustrating for me.
But Apollo, they don't pass the ball on to him when he gets on the pitch.
God.
You know, when he does play, when Arteta does start him, they don't play the ball to give Nketiah a chance the way that he likes to receive the ball. So again, we're going back to what goes. You know, they've just been in Dubai for a while. How are we moving the ball? You know, it's some people don't want to focus on that, but when you're making substitutions and you have young players like Nketiah, as you says, 1 in 4, give him a chance. How does the team play when he comes on the pitch?
And the thing you've got to ask yourself with Nketiah is, you know, you're at the best club. You're at Arsenal. You've got to show, like the boss. You've got to tell the boss in practice, boss, you got to play me. I don't care. You know, this youth thing is gone with Eddie Nketiah. He's no longer young.
He's a man.
Yeah. He ain't young anymore. Yeah. I remember when Michael Owen hit at 16. I remember when Wayne Rooney hit at 16.
Look at Kevin Campbell when Kevin Campbell came in the team.
Yeah.
Goals. Didn't care. Goals.
I'm not, and I'm not knocking your player, Apollo. I'm not.
Yeah, he's not even started the game yet, so I can't say anything.
Yeah,
I can't say anything.
I just think, you know what? You've got to make yourself unplayable. Like, you've got to somehow say, boss, you can't drop me. Martinelli's done it. He's doing it. He's coming out every week and going, look at what I can do.
Bertram raises, first of all, he says, no, Apollo, our back five has led the team, not our offensive players. I actually agree with you. That's a good point. And I can go through the numbers if you want, Bertram. Number one defense in the team, Man City, let in 14 goals. Number two is Wolves. It was 16, but now Wolves have let in Arsenal's goals, so that's 17. Wolves have let 17 goals in 22 games. That's why they're challenging for a top 6 spot. And the third team is Chelsea with 18, fourth Liverpool with 19. The fifth best defense in the league is Arsenal.
Stop watching it, man.
Yeah, the fifth best team in the league is Arsenal with 25. So there you go.
Got to understand, this guy scoring goals from angles that you go, how did he score that?
Bertrand says, what's the timeline to no longer be considered new to one's role? I think the frustration with this is, and let's not talk about Eddie, let's talk about Niles. Because Eddie's 21, Niles is 24. Niles is a perfect example of when you play him, he performs. He was a dog when Arteta took over and we were 3-4-3 and dominated midfields. He was a big part of that. Got himself into the England team, all accolades. You don't play him. Then the one time you play him, he gets man of the match against Watford. Then you don't play him again. In that player's mind, and one of you just talked about this, you can't say what it was. Tony just talked about it. You can't do nothing more. You've shown the manager everything that he needs to see. What if you're not playing me? Then we're done. And that was it. It wasn't just Roma who was begging for the loan. It was him. He wanted out of it. If you can't see what I can do, then we're done. And so that story is gone. Left the harbour. It's out of here. Now Eddie Nketiah, broken Alan Shearer's record, scores every time you play him. 18 goals in 29 starts, a goal every 71 minutes. So you put him on every 9 or 10 minutes when you need to at the end of the game. That's not going to give him enough time to do anything. And while Tony's saying you got to show me something, Eddie's still a young player and he's developing. But you can't develop if you don't play him. It's easy to talk about all the other players, Martinelli and whatever. They're playing. Eddie ain't playing. Eddie ain't getting no minutes. So as far as Eddie's concerned, he's done. Done. I'm out of here. That's it. He's had enough. And just like with Maitland-Niles, it's only going to ever happen for him if he leaves Arsenal. It's not going to happen for him. So, yeah, and I've always said he's a Dwight York, Andy Cole, because that's he's level. He's reminds me of those players. Just everything in the box, in the 6-yard line, bang, bang, bang in the back of the net. Just he's an opportunist. He thinks like he's going to get rebounds. He works hard because he wants to win the ball back to score. He can play on the wing out wide as well. His mentality is, I'm never going to stop running until we score. And unfortunately, for me, look, I can't say anything because I can't defend him. He's not playing. Yeah, I can't say nothing. And let's see what happens when he goes to Palace or another team. Let's see what happens then. But if Lacazette gets injured or suspended or something like that, then he deserves his chance. But even with that being said, what has Lacazette done in the last month, in our worst form in January? Name me one good thing that Lacazette has done to deserve a starting place next week against Brentford. I would play Nketiah.
One of the last was the game that he ran his socks off and he nearly dropped, and we're begging.
Was that Spurs? I think that was Spurs. He was fantastic against
And
Spurs.
we were begging him to be substituted because we was Man City. I think it was the Man City.
Yeah. You know, I mean, the thing is, like I said, 3 goals this season. And he's starting every single game. And me and Bertrand broke it down when we looked at his numbers, and I put 2 of my videos on YouTube. The numbers show that he is averaging 1 in every 2 every time he starts. So the problem with Lacazette is he wasn't starting. The most he'd started was 27 games in the season. So he just wasn't starting enough games. Now we're playing at every single game. Show us your stuff. Show us your metal. Show us what you can do. And he ain't doing it. So we got our answer. We've got our answer as to why he wasn't starting before. He wasn't starting before because the managers, all of them, felt that he wasn't the answer. So my frustration is, if you don't think he's the answer, then why not give Eddie a chance? What's the worst thing that can happen? He doesn't score just like Lacazette. That's the worst. How is that going to change our fortunes? It's not. We're gonna suffer the same way. So you might as well try him. What have you got to lose? If he scores, if you play him and he scores, the fox in the box and averaging a goal every 71 minute, then you've done your job. You've empowered the player.
I think what Nketiah poses to Arteta is a challenge in his management in fitting Arteta in Nketiah into a style of football that Arteta doesn't want to play. And I think that's the biggest. It's sad because it's showing Arteta's inflexibility to try to get the best out of a player who is actually in good form. If you're given the opportunity, he will score you goals. But this is, we want a plan B. We're looking for a plan B in a formation from the manager when he's using substitute players to get the best out of them. And if he does that, then as fans, we'll get the benefit of Nketiah scoring goals or Pepe scoring goals. We'll have a fluid squad and scoring goals and tactics that can vary when bringing players off the bench. Right now, we're struggling in that department.
And guys, look, we are not talking about. Let's put our sensible hats on here. We're not talking about an unknown commodity. Let's be real. Yeah, we're all grown-ups. We're all adults. We're not talking about. It's not like we don't know. We do know. Yeah, because he's upsetted Lacazette in the team before for poor performances, and not just that, but he's come in and he's won games for us against West Ham and Fulham, which I've sent the YouTube videos to you lot previously before. And the only reason why he lost his spot was because he got red carded, and that red card was weak.
Yeah,
it was an accident, and he got sent off, and that's what put Lacazette back into the team. So we've all got short memories, but the fact of the matter is, he upset Lacazette previously before, and he played well. So we're not talking about an unknown commodity. This guy already proved that he can do a good job up front, but we're not going to that. We're not going to that option. Ebony, you got the conch. Sorry, Tony, have you finished?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Ebony, you got the conch.
Well, I'm going to do a Tony and not do a player's rating as such. What I will do is I will pick out certain players, considering that I only joined in the second half.
Okay,
So
Ramsdale,
so Ramsdale, player of the half for me. I mean, his saves, his vision, his distribution. I keep saying it, he is the goalkeeper, and I hold my hands up, and I admit that I didn't want him in the team.
Nobody did. It wasn't one person.
I've been made to eat my words, humble pie, whatever you want. And now he's my fiance. As you can see, I've changed my name on the screen. He was the man of the match for me. Considering that when we went to 10 men down, when we went down a player, it was scrappy, and that you have to expect scrappiness. Yes. Because Wolves, being the type of team that they are, and they're a very physical team, they're very tough. They will take advantage of that, and you could see that they were taking advantage of that until we went down, until we went a player down. I didn't see anything from them in the half that I saw them. They weren't creating any chances. I think they were more relying on counter-attacking and making us, waiting for us to make mistakes. They weren't creating any chances. It's only when we went 1 down, it was like, okay, we can take advantage here. And they could have done. So you have to consider that apart from the Man City game, we would have actually capitulated. In actual fact, we didn't even capitulate in the Man City game. The referee handed Man City the game, whatever anybody wants to say. All right, so, but I think gone are the days when we would have capitulated had we gone down to 10 players, and I think we did pretty well. And I'm happy with the result. I'm not happy with the referee. I think he's absolutely useless, and for me, he's part of the reason why a lot of referees get so much grief. He didn't know what he was doing. How are you going to give a player a yellow card? They don't know about it, and then 5 seconds later, you're giving them another yellow card, a second yellow card. It doesn't make any sense at all. So I think that referee needs to. I don't know. He needs to go learn his job again, as far as I'm concerned, because he was useless. But I just think that, with regards to Nketiah and what I was saying before, and this is what frustrates me about Arteta. You have Nketiah. You have said that Nketiah isn't going anywhere. You refuse to play him, and I don't know why.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, you've got Lacazette who is shooting blanks. Today's game is an indication where he could have put the game out of reach. He was.
So I tell you why I agree. Why your comment is so important is because of this. Today, Arteta came out and said and made the statement, which I don't think he should have made. This is one thing I don't agree with Arteta. He said Lacazette's going to be my captain for the rest of the season. Well, Lacazette has not been playing. Because of that statement, you've now made him undroppable. Yeah. Because you've gone out and said, he's my captain, what you've done, Arteta, is you've gone and thrown him and the whole team under the bus. Because what you should be doing, and one of you guys mentioned it, is you should be looking at Gabriel and Odegaard, and then you can make the change to Nketiah. But how are you going to drop Lacazette now in his form when you've just given him the keys to the car? So for me, that's foolishness.
And he can't last 90 minutes.
I think what will happen is that oh, for fuck's sake. Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah.
Okay, I think what will end up happening is that Lacazette will get so bad to the point where he will end up like Aubameyang, where he will end up being dropped. And the likes of Nketiah and Odegaard and Martinelli will actually come in. That's what I think will happen.
I mean, if Nketiah had missed that chance today that Lacazette missed, the fans would be going nuts.
Of course they would.
Social media would be in meltdown, especially if we didn't win. Kuke just said Apollo Ruben Neves, ? He was the best midfielder on the pitch today.
Yeah.
And not only was he, but the last time we played, he was also the best midfielder on the pitch when we played them. And the time before that, he was also, in the last 3 games we played against Wolves, he's been the best player on the pitch. That's got to tell you something.
Bring him in and get rid of Xhaka, because Xhaka, I've said this before and I'll say it again, and I don't care what the fanboys and girls say about Xhaka, he is a liability. He's been a liability since year 2.
Well, Bertram is asking everyone to lighten up on Xhaka, so I will say this, yeah? When I did the scouting on both of those players, Ruben Neves outweighs Xhaka in every statistical margin there is, every category in the league, some by double. Assists, goals. Xhaka's got 2 goals in the last 2 seasons. Neves has got 8. More tackles, more duels won.
But can I also say something else about Arteta as well? It's like, you've made Balogun sign a contract. All right, he didn't play well the last time he played, but you're not giving these players a chance. What do you expect? When you look at our team, and I'm sure people think that I'm complaining over nothing, but at the end of the day, we look lightweight in terms of the bench. We've got
18 players. You're right about that.
A&M. We've got Ainsley Maitland-Niles. He's in Roma. He's at Roma. We need him. We've got Guendouzi, Torreira. I know people are saying that that those ships have long gone. They're out on loan. We need them.
We do, but they don't want to be here. Ebony.
And,
They're
that,
done.
and whose fault is that? Who's that down to? Is that down to the manager?
If in terms of Guendouzi, in terms of Niles, I think most of it plays part in the manager. If I had to sum it all up, then I would say yes. But in Arteta's defense, I have to say this: he doesn't feel they're a right fit for the team. And when you look at the team that are challenger for 4th place, and you look at the players they have brought in, you have to side with Edu and Arteta on this one. In terms of depth, I think that yes, they would be helpful. But all of those players are playing every week in their current teams. If they were Arsenal, they'd be on the bench. So I hear what you're saying.
And this is why I wouldn't blame Nketiah if he went to Crystal Palace, as rumours are, abound by saying, I wouldn't be surprised if he did, because he wants to play. And a lot of people diss Nketiah, and it's like, well, let him play. He's played before, as you said. He's displaced Lacazette.
The most important for me, I'm a big fan of what Arteta is doing. I'm becoming a fan of Edu, but not yet. Yeah, he give me one good transfer window.
He's invincible, man. Leave Edu alone, man. Leave the man alone.
Listen. He give me one good transfer window. So
my man's immortal, and you want to beat him up, man. Leave the man.
The jury. No. I'm just saying. I'm not saying I hate him. I'm actually respecting him. And when you see my videos, I shout out what he did last summer all the time. But what I'm saying is, I'm not a fan yet. Yeah, as a technical director, show me more of what you did last summer, and then I'm on board. And the jury's
bring him a cover-up goalkeeper, because we need that, and let Leno
we already got one. Yeah, we got Turner, the guy that Matt. Yeah, we got one already. It's the striker. Fix that in the summer.
Get a striker. Get a couple of strikers actually, because we'll need two. Not just
fix
one.
That in the summer, and then you've got a heck of a team to play with, which is going to be so good. But
can I just also say as well that Tierney, I think he just had an off day. All players have off days. All right. I know he didn't play particularly well. Yes, a lot of the balls just went through him like urine through someone's system. But it's what happens. Maybe he's tired. Maybe he's hot. I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. But listen, I gotta say something, right? I gotta say something. Tony's sitting down, shrugging his shoulders. You know why? Because I think we've seen enough from both of them to know that Tavares is the better player. I gotta put my hand on my heart here. I'm a big Tony fan. Love the brave heart. Love his passion.
Anymore.
Yeah, but
the guys have been away for 2 weeks. They've been away
Where
for
did they
2
go?
weeks
Dubai?
in Dubai.
Yeah.
You can't come with that tiredness rubbish anymore.
All right. Well, maybe I don't know. He's got something on his brain. I don't know.
In fact, you know what? I'm gonna put a poll up on the YouTube channel. Who would you prefer at left back? Because I've seen enough from the both of them now. And
you're gonna put yourself in trouble, because you're challenging Arteta and his tactics. You're gonna
I know. But
this is what we're saying, because we know who's a baller. They're both ballers, but playing a different style of football. And this is the challenge. You've got a manager who's.
Yeah, I think, and what he's doing is something that a lot of coaches will do. They will go with the more experienced head. Tierney is a guy who's played with league champions. He's got a lot of Champions League experience, which I think people don't give him enough respect for. This guy has been man of the match in performances against Barcelona. So we need to be careful. We need to be careful here. But I'm just talking about talent. From what I've seen this season, when both guys have been playing for Arsenal Football Club, to me, Tavares looks a better player. That's all I'm saying.
I don't think we're getting enough out of Tierney because of our tactics. I do believe we move the ball better. Tierney's a player. Yeah, he's a player. Yes, he's had some injuries and we've got him back quickly, but we've got a replacement now. But again, I do believe tactics. I look very, very sharply at how we move the ball. It's so important. And Tierney can play better. We know he's a 7-8 player, week in, week out. If our play is at a standard. I don't think we help him out with some of our tactics.
So, guys, closing comments. It's for me. It's a fun day for me because we just beat Wolves away from home with 10 men. It takes us to 5th in the table, and I don't care whether the goal was scrappy. The overall performance is what got us the result, and I'm really happy with where we are right now. And I think we've got 2 home games in a row, which are 2 very winnable home games against Brentford, which is the revenge game. They can't win for lick at the moment, Brentford, and Wolves, who are going to be facing an Arsenal team that have got a very strong home record. So I think for me, guys, I think today's result is going to go a long way to determine where we're going to finish at the end of the season. And I'm a really happy bunny because I got the unexpected today. Vincey, closing comments?
Man, 3 points, man. 3 points football. Good to see the team back. Shame about the red card with Martinelli, but we got this one. We won ugly, and that's the main thing. Won ugly, move on to the next game. And the team will get back into its stride. They'll get back into its stride. Tony, stop doing it to yourself, man. You ain't gonna
Tony is giving me pure love right now, man.
Oh man. You sometimes you just have to sit. You can do that. You can just sit and watch Arsenal from past years. I'm looking at 2005, 2006. Goals, man.
Silly, isn't it?
The quality of goals are just.
Geez. I remember the season.
Silly.
Man.
All I can say, the red currant kit.
Pace of ball movement.
Love that kit.
Running off the ball. Balls just being played.
18 says Tony is getting the hard loving on the screen right now. Oh, what on earth is that, 18, man?
For real.
Listen, as soon as him and Andrew come into the chat room, the chat goes down a notch. You two make me laugh, man. Mark says, thank you for all your company views and comments this evening. Keep up the good work and come on, you Gunners. Thank you, Mark, for joining us. We're here because of you guys, Mark, man. We're here because of your views, your comments, as well as our own. And that's how we do it in 101. So thank you very much for participating in the stream. Tony, did you actually give your closing comments or not? Because I'm confused.
Tony's celebrating it on writing, man.
All I'm saying is, come on, you Gunners!
Excellent. And Ebony, closing comments from you.
I've got to go for dinner now, but yes, we've got the 3 points. I'm happy about that. But I just think that, with regards to our discipline, we've got to hold it down. Yes, we get frustrated, and that's what happens. Frustration happens, but we've got to hold it down. But onwards and upwards. We've got 2 games at home, Brentford and Wolves again at home, and we can win those games. It'll be 6 points, and we will get those 6 points. Remember, I told you.
And hopefully Vincey would be with me, depending on. I'll have to put the other ticket up for grabs, and find out what I can do with that. But guys, listen. Thank you for tonight. It's I'm gonna go to bed with a smile on my face now. I haven't even eaten dinner yet. And,
I'm gonna eat dinner now.
And I just want to say this, guys. Last season, when we got beaten 2-1 after Leno got sent off, we broke a record with stream with 4 hours and 9 minutes when we lost, and it was devastating. And I spent the last hour after the stream trying to cheer everybody up. And today, I'm just elated because Tony, man. Tony.
I've got to put a challenge out. I'm sorry. I've got to put a challenge out. When was the last time Arsenal scored a goal outside the box?
Was it
Lucas Torreira in the FA Cup?
Wasn't it Elneny in the Europa?
Oh
that ain't this year.
And equalised.
Well, that ain't this year.
Nah, not this year.
I'm thinking about
the FA Spurs Cup. Was last year, wasn't it?
FA Cup against Aston Villa when Torreira scored that. No, yeah, is it Torreira? No, not Torreira. Sanchez scored that.
Isn't that bad that we can't even remember a goal outside the box?
The ban from shooting, man. The ban from shooting.
You know why? Because Pepe's not playing. That's why. Yeah. Pepe's not playing this season. That's why we ain't got no goals.
Guys, I've got to go.
All right, guys.
Okay.
All the best,
Enjoy
man.
Jamaica.
And guys, remember,
Enjoy
we are
Jamaica.
streaming the Super Bowl, so join us if you're into the NFL. I'm at my daughter's university tomorrow, so I think Tony's going to be doing the Premier League show. You doing it tomorrow, Tony?
Yeah, should be okay.
Yeah. All right, so we'll see you guys then, man, in the next one. Peace out, everybody.
Nice
Arsenal,
Take care, guys.
nice one, guys.